Gosh, it's Wednesday or July. It's hot. Places are on fire. The world is coming to an end, and we're here playing games on the internet. We have a Patreon, Geeky Gamer podcast. We also have a coffee. The people here with me today are John and Adrian, and we are going to play some of this game called The Legends of Venice. And thanks Couchfire Media and Twa Replay Productions for whatever it is you guys do. It's Wednesday. We're still alive, even though it is the apocalypse. How you guys doing?
Oh yeah. Well, hello. Cheers for that. So yes, we are approaching the end of the second adventure of the Twin Vipers adventure module, which is part of the Kickstarter for the Legends of Venice and reboot of the Linen Tapestry game. I'm going to quickly pass over to Adrian so you can do a recap, introduce his character, recap of what he remembers, and then over to Ken, do the same thing, and then I'll tie up loose ends. And then we'll get cracking with the story. So, Adrian, over to you.
So I am Pietro Candiano, a sort of lesser black sheep of a lesser noble family in Venice. Kind of a middleman fixer sort of guy who gets involved in slightly dodgy deals and is trying to work his way up the ladder of power and influence in Venice. Last time we went for the first time to a place called the Shadowlands, a sort of alternative reality that is made up of the memories of people. So it's kind of a strange place, a little bit difficult to explain exactly, but it almost, within it contains like multitude realities because it's a series of overlapping memories. And we're trying to find someone who is apparently lost in this land, who is a powerful and influential person who may be able to help us in our kind of mission to protect Venice from threats.
Ken, over to you.
Oh, yeah. I play a character called Daucus Carota. His last name is Carrot in Italian. And he is loosely inspired off of the Inglorious Bastards character that Brad Pitt played. But truly Italian. And he's been adventured. He turns into a bear. He's currently a bear of an individual roaming the streets of Dreamland, trying not to wake the dreams, because if he does, all of the world that he's in will blow up and become a void of uncanny doom, and you know, they last I remember is they just opened this door to a room, and we're not really sure what's on the other side of the door, but we ventured, and we're kind of hoping it's this lady, Corolla, Toyota Corolla. I don't think that's her name, but she is a red hand. And we're traveling with this dude, Irovich. I think I said his name. He's also a red hand who seems to know a little bit about the Shadowlands, and Malamocco, I guess, is kind of where we're traveling through.
Yep. So you are currently in the Shadowlands. Shadowlands is broken down into planes of memory. So just as Adrian was saying, this realm is made up of memories. So while the mundane realm is made of real matter, and subject to entropy, and everything always moves in one direction. The Shadowlands is made purely of memories. Nothing new can ever happen. The dead relive episodes of their life over and over and over again. And the adventurers have been navigating their way through these memories to a house, the house of the Antinori within Malamocco. Malamocco used to be the capital of the Venetian area of the lagoon before it was moved over to the Rialto Isles. And this grand house, unlike the other buildings and the roads and the fields of the early city of Malamocco, it's in very good condition. As memories fade, as the dead slowly forget themselves, the world that they live in slowly fades. But this house seems to have kept its integrity. So as the adventurers went inside, they noticed two things. One, that the building looks pretty secure. There aren't any void holes or gaps where things have been forgotten. However, the second thing that they noticed was there doesn't seem to be any shades within this house. They can hear people, they can hear people shouting, crying, other conversations, but when they enter the room or open the door to have a look to see who's having these conversations, there's nothing in those rooms. They'd gone to the first floor, up the flight of stairs, and they've gone through a hall, like a landing, and they're just about to open the third door. Ken, the picture that I sent to you earlier on, where it's there's a figure in bed convalescing, and there's a lady next to him sitting. Could you put that up onto the live stream? Because when you guys open that door, this is effectively the scene that the three of you see. The three of you being Bohndurich, who's your guide. Yeah, that's the one. And the two of you. Both of you, when you enter this room, you notice that you recognize the lady from paintings in various buildings. That is the Lady Corolla. The gentleman that's convalescing in bed, neither of you recognize it whatsoever. Pietro, you're a noble. Could you make a... 1 second. Yeah. Could you make a memory law or memory bureaucracy roll?
Okay.
If you've got... Yeah?
Yeah, I have more in bureaucracy. Yep.
Okay. If you've got an expertise in government or law, you can add that.
Yep.
Either of those to
I've
this
got
roll.
one in government.
Okay, so
And
add +5 to this.
okay. Get 6 dice and I keep 3 of them.
And add 5.
Okay. Okay. There's 110, so I keep 3 others. No, that's not right. 22, 27 plus 5, 32.
Brilliant. Okay. On the left-hand wall, opposite the doorway, there is a symbol that looks like a cross with some sort of scroll case made from vines.
Okay.
You recognize that to be linked with many of the noble houses.
Okay.
And it's the from what you remember, it's either connected with. It's sometimes connected with 3 of the noble families. There's about 2-3 dozen noble families in Venice, but there's only about 16 that are major families. It's linked with the Contarini, who are ancient and one of the first royal families or noble families. Then there's the Morosini, and then there's the Calbo family. Other than that, all you know is that symbol or that heraldic sigil links those 3 families together, but they are not. It's not the regalia of either of those families.
Okay, it's like an alliance or something.
Yes, yeah, that's a really good way of putting it.
Okay.
But the last thing you pick up or you remember is it's something to do with. You've heard it once called the Antenio.
Okay.
And it's like, as you put it, it's like in the lines of those 3 noble families.
Okay.
Under the Antenio.
All right.
As I say,
does the Lady Corolla come from one of those families? Do I know?
No. You know that she's a red hand. You know that she's the protector of Padua, which is the major city on the mainland. So Venice and Padua's always had strong relations. Yeah. While Venice has 5 or 6 red hands and blue bloods, Padua has at least 1 major severed soul, and that's Corolla.
Okay. So we've walked in, and she's sitting there.
Yep. She doesn't respond. Yes. No. She is looking with great concern towards the man that's lying in the bed. The 2 of you notice that door opens. You have a quick look around the room. Out the corner of your eyes, you can see Irovich step back. It's almost as if he doesn't want to be seen. So, as you guys enter, he doesn't.
Okay, well, Lady Corolla, we have been sent to speak to you.
Instead of her looking to you or responding or answering, she reaches out her hand towards the bed and takes out the man's hand from underneath the sheet, and she clasps it and then mutters about Oliviero, your hand is so cold. And it says nothing else.
My lady, may I see myself? Perhaps there is something I can do to help, and I'll step over to the man myself.
Okay. There's like an eerie silence as you're approaching.
Mm-hmm.
The whole scene seems to reset. She's muttering. And then just as you're finishing for that sentence and you're approaching the bed, she reaches out with her hand, clasps his from underneath the sheet, and says, Oliviero, your hands are so cold.
So I'm going to put my hand on her hand that's on his hand, and also, I guess, on the other side, his hand, and sort of clasp them together to feel and see what I feel and if there's any reaction from anyone.
Yeah. As you do that, you're struck by that listlessness feeling that you overcame when you first entered the Shadowlands upon the island. And again, there's that wave, that rush of depression, of the feeling that there's nothing you can do, that you're stuck in this dire situation. And Daucus, what are you doing while Pietro takes the hands and puts them in between his?
I'm gonna check in with our boy Icarus, Irovich. You're like,
Yep.
So what are we doing here? Like, it looks like they're stuck in a loop. What's all this about? I don't want to go in there because I feel like a bear is gonna like ruin the whole atmosphere.
Yeah, and you would also need to crouch to get in. He smirks at your observation there. Says, "This isn't normal. This whole house seems to be stuck in some sort of, as you put it, loop. There is magic here which I've never seen or experienced before, something that's way beyond my knowledge of ghost walking. No doubt the magic of a grey skin. We would have to find what's causing this. But to do that, we'd have to go inside.
Somewhere else in the castle is kind of what I'm guessing. Is that right, or this building, not castle, but you know where we're at.
It could be anywhere. It could be anywhere, but since it's captured Carola in this room, I am presuming it's something within this room.
Well, I'll look around in the room and see if there's anything glowing or, reflective, or like, magical looking.
Yeah, yep.
Or out of place.
As you turn around, you can see Pietro's moved towards the bed. His back is to you, so you can't quite see what he's doing with his hands, but he's fixed in place.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch him. Irovich, I think our buddy Pietro might be stuck.
Okay, right. You can see him hesitantly enter the room. Do you enter the room as well, Daucus?
Well, I'm going to put my head in the door. I don't know if I can enter the room entirely, but I am going to look. I would like to look around for something that.
Yep, sure. Right. Irovich moves towards Pietro. You're having a look around the room. Can I get an attention, investigation plus search roll from you?
Sure.
Bearing in mind that image, that picture on the live stream, is the scene that you're observing. So, if there's anything on there that you notice looks a bit odd, I can give you some bonuses. While you're doing that roll, Pietro, you don't know that you're stuck or that you're enthralled. What you witness is another loop, but this time the loop is greater. You get the impression that she's been waiting by this gentleman, Oliviero, for a long, long time. You see the bit where she first entered the room, led there by a servant, no doubt, or maybe. She looks quite alarmed. She says something about, but he was never ill. So then she obviously took a seat. They've had the two of them had conversations, but then over time, he's slowly passed into unconsciousness, and she's worried. There were times where she weeps, where she talks to him, there's no response, and she kind of falls into like a sense of hopelessness. You can almost feel her heart breaking. And then someone taps you on the shoulder. You let your hands immediately released, and you can see that Irovich is tapping you on the arm, saying, "Pietro, are you okay? You were stuck."
Yeah, there's something powerful here that is. I think that the Lady Corolla is caught in some powerful spell, and she's stuck in a sort of loop of despair and worry.
Irovich kind of moves around you because you're up against the bed. He looks ever so slightly petrified of Corolla. He he reaches over, like waves his hand in front of her eyes, but he didn't put all his effort into it. It's almost as if he's afraid that she'll wake up while he's doing it, and God knows what's going through his head as to why he's afraid. But as he's kind of like checking for responses, he looks to you and says, "Yeah, I've never seen anything like this." And then she goes through a loop, this time of a different scene, where different conversation, but she's worried. She talks about leaving to get some new hot water, but then she sits back and then goes back into this loop. Daucus, you having a look around the room?
Yeah, I'm gonna look at that mirror and see if it reflects what we're seeing.
Okay. Can I have a attention investigation search?
Yeah,
What did you get?
I rolled a 15.
15. Okay. Pietro, as you're getting your wits back, you can see the bear, who's well over 7 foot tall, peering down into the mirror and then looking underneath the bed. I imagine, Daucus, that you're getting onto all fours to look underneath the bed.
Yeah, sure.
Yep. Yes. So there's a full-size grizzly bear prowling along the floor in this bedroom. Irovich steps back. Pietro, you can see him kind of. Yeah. For you, Daucus, whatever's underneath the bed is being obscured by the legs of Pietro, who is looking down at you.
I need to step over a little bit there, buddy. You're in my line of sight.
Okay, I'll step back. That's fine. Yep.
Okay. So, underneath the bed, glowing. Not the same green that you see in the reflection. It's almost as if the reflection is a distortion of what's underneath the bed. Underneath the bed, there is a small black shard that's been wedged in between the floorboards, directly underneath.
Oh, I see
the bed.
There's a black shard underneath the bed, fellas. I don't know if we should touch it, but it's glowing.
Okay.
Both of you?
Yep.
Well, no. Pietro, you're at -5 because of the feeling of the listlessness. Daucus, you're at -10.
Oh, nice.
The closer you get to this shard, the stronger the feeling of hopelessness that you had when you first entered went through the island.
Well, I'm not gonna get much closer once I start feeling I've got to think about this for a second.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so talk to Daucus and Irovich, what's stopping us just physically removing the Lady Corolla from the room and getting her away from the proximity of that, even if she protests?
I don't know.
Irovich shrugs. As I said, I've never seen anything like this. I don't know anything about this sort of magic.
It seems clear that it gets more powerful the closer you are to it. So
What if
it
we
should
take
lose power as we
a rock or a stick and hit it?
move. Maybe.
If it's just, we could try. I'll get one arm, you get the other. Or he looks down towards the bear, who's muttering about, do I hit it with a stick or something like that underneath the bed? He says, or the bear could try and pick her up. I'm sure the bear is stronger than both of us put together.
Yeah. I could try it. What do you think? Because the closer I get to that thing, I think it's bad. And so I don't want to get stuck. I think if we hit it, break it or something, that we might break the spell. How about this? I'll try and grab her, and if that doesn't work, you like find something to throw at it and maybe knock it away.
Can I have a brawn unarmed wrestling or brawn athletics weights from your Daucus?
Yeah.
Your choice.
I got some weights, I think. And that is unarmed.
So it's either
weights.
unarmed
I think
wrestling or athletics weights, yeah.
I think athletics weights is good. Athletics weights. Weights for athletics. I should use D10s.
Bear in mind you're at -10.
Yeah, no, I know that. I'm gonna roll the dice like one at a time. Maybe not one at a time, two at a time. All right, so that's 1, 2.
Remember, always ignore ones, discard the ones immediately.
Yeah. Okay, 13, 21, 51, 41. 41.
Okay. You realize that, as you can see from the picture, she's wearing plate armor. She is incredibly heavy, but more than that, there's almost like a reaction to her, or from her. So as you lift her up, you're struggling with the weight.
Sorry.
But then she pulls back, and you reckon you won't be able to move her.
No matter what I do, it's
yeah. Something is holding her back.
Yeah. She's stuck, fellas. What if I take this mirror and I don't know, throw it at the object under the bed, push it away further from her. It's kind of tall.
Yeah, I mean, you could reach it with your hand or with your claw.
I don't want to touch this object. I feel like that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea, James.
Irovich unclips his scabbarded sword from his belt and then hands it to you, Daucus.
Okay. Well, I'll try that.
Do you want to hit it? Use that.
I'm not going to hit it. I'm going to try and flick it away.
Okay. You clip it, it's wedged in.
Yeah.
It's wedged in between the floorboards.
Like jammed in.
Yep.
Like a nail.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Do you reckon it's about... There's about 4 inches of this sticking out, and it's about half an inch thick where it meets the floor, so you reckon it's probably about 6 to 7 inches long, based on like how it kind of cones in.
what if I drag the bed away?
Okay. Another roll then. Again, -10.
All right. Jesus.
Pietro, what are you doing while the bear considers his options?
Can I do a detect mind to see what other thinking things there are in the vicinity, and if there's any that stand out as being different than the others?
Yep.
I don't know if that's something I can do.
For you to cover a whole area like a radar, you would need to have the trick known
I
as...
have my avatar has a thing called limitless area. Is that what I need?
That expands the area, but the trick or the effect within that area is limited to what tricks you have. So you'll have detect element, and that means that you would look at an object or a very small area, as in you'd look at a table or look at a chest or something like that, and you'd see if an element that you're looking for is in there. So for example, if you looked at a person, you would use that, and if it's got a mind, you would then know that the person's alive and is thinking. If it didn't have a mind, you'd know that person was dead. But for you to do like a radar effect, you'd need to learn the elemental radar trick, which is a little bit later in that tree.
I see.
But you could look at an object, detect thoughts, and then know if that thing has thoughts or not. And then you've got the understanding, where you can then read the thoughts.
I guess I've never tried my magic on an object before, but this is a magic object, so perhaps it's worth trying if it has some sort of sort of spirit to it, something.
No problem. You're not in combat, so you can prepare for 3 rounds, which will give you +15, and then just make your roll. You'd have +15. I'll give you an automatic success, really, because you've got +15 from the prep, +5 from your avatar. So that gives you a competent success.
Okay.
When you're looking at it, this thing has no mind, nor does it have any electricity in it. It's just a dormant object. But as you're looking at it, you know that this is the source, because that -5 in mechanics is slowly becoming -10. Daucus, as you're reaching out towards with the sword, the -10 becomes -15 for you. You can feel it's almost as if that increase is almost like a protective reaction, that as you're going to hit it, its effect amplifies.
That's not what I was doing, but I thought I was moving the bed.
Right, okay. Right, yeah, no apologies. Okay, so you try to move the bed. The bed, it's an oak bed. It's got a person on it, really, really heavy. Yeah. And you find that it doesn't move.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, I think this room, nothing's moving in the room. I'm gonna do something else, and I'm gonna stand back a bit further, like go out the door a little bit. Do I notice any change?
No, the effect, that -10 is still -10.
All right. I've got a thing called identify function. Like a magic thing.
Yep.
Does that work? Is the thing?
That would be linked with your element. So your element is
so
fire.
it's not
so
fire.
you would use. Yeah, it's not fire. It's not fire, and it's not electricity.
Well, do I still? I don't have my mace, right? Because I'm a bear, or do I have it?
Yep. Correct. Yeah. But you have a scabbarded sword.
Yeah. I feel like I'm gonna try and bash that thing with the sword. Fellas, what do you think if I just bash this? Just bash this thing. What? Try to break it.
Irovich, I'll do it. Just give me my sword back, and I'll hit it. Right. Snatches the scabbard off from you, takes the sword out, unceremoniously crawls on all fours, reaches underneath the bed, and all of you, and the both of you can hear like a shh, and something smashes. And the moment that thing cracks, that feeling of hopelessness disappears.
Oh, that's
and then
nice.
he kind of shuffles himself out from underneath the bed, looks to both of you.
I look to the Lady Corolla.
Her eyes start flitting around. And then her head starts to move. She looks incredibly confused.
You've been stuck in here for a while, lady. Go ahead.
Lady Corolla, we have the Lady Agita has sent us to find you. You were needed. You were needed back in Purdue or Padua. Yeah.
Takes her a few moments. By the time you've finished your introduction and Daucus asked that question, she slowly rises, and then when she sees Irovich standing up, and Irovich has tried to avoid full eye contact with her, she starts to rise, and then the moment she sees Irovich's face, she just exclaims, "Bahamonte, what are you doing here?" And Irovich kind of puts his hands up and says, "I am simply here to help these gentlemen. Listen to the gentleman first before you make any judgments on why I'm here. Listen to the gentleman." And then he steps back. And she stands up. Now, what you find unusual about... the two things you find unusual as she stands up into a full form. There's one, she's a woman wearing full armor, something you've never seen before. There's always the odd story and folk tale of women going off to war and fighting and becoming hero, but then you never know what happens to them. But they're always stories. They're never true. They're always stories. And the second thing is, this armor doesn't look real. It's in context. In the 1400s, before the Renaissance, there's no articulated plate. There's breastplate, but there's never the interlinked elbows, the knees, the neck. It's always a case of breastplate, greaves, braces, and that sort of thing. What she's wearing is full head to toe plate armor. It is acid etched and has intricate designs flowing up and down almost on every panel of this armor. She seemed quite small and timid when she was in the chair, and she was obviously, her heart was breaking. But now that she stands up and she seems furious with the presence of Irovich, or the man she knows, she's called Bahamonte. She looks like she has a fiery temper. And then she looks to you, Pietro, and says, say that again.
We have been sent by the Lady Agita. There have been troubling occurrences happening in Venice and surrounds, and your presence is needed. Padua could be under threat. It's tumultuous times back in the world. And you've been gone for a long time. It appears that there was some sort of mysticism was used that has kept you here for a long time.
Oh, and we had to fight some bronze fellas destroying memories on the way in. That
They tried to stop us from getting here.
I feel like they might come for you if they could find you. I don't rightly know.
Her brow furrows at that mention of bronze men. She goes quiet for a while, and then kind of beckons Pietro to continue, and then simply says, "Who are you?" And then to you, Daucus, and who are you? And why is he with you? Pointing to Irovich.
Pietro Candiano. We have recently discovered that we are Red Hands, and the Lady Agita has enlisted us on this mission to come and find you because you were expected back a long time ago. And we found you here stuck in some kind of a loop, and we had to break the spell. So we are here to help you get back to the world to protect Padua and your ally Venice.
Yeah,
How long have I been here for?
I tell her whatever Agneta had said,
Yeah,
how long it is.
It's about 5-6 months at the very least.
Okay, like 6 months.
And you said, and points to you, Daucus, and you said something about some mysticism that's kept me here.
Well, there was a glowing rock under the bed. I saw it in the mirror, and we broke it, but it seemed to make you really depressed for some
It
reason.
was a glowing shard, and the closer we got to it, the more despair we all felt.
Yeah, Irovich, he broke it, and it kind of came to. Honestly, we probably wouldn't have found our way here without Irovich. I'd never been in the Shadowlands before. This is all new stuff for me. I don't know if I really want to come back. It's very frightening. Everything disappearing, all the men, the monster aliens things trying to destroy the memories. Yeah,
And who are you?
I'm Daucus Carota of Ferreira, the Lord, minor Lord of Ferreira. Trying to.
I've never heard of the Carrot family.
I married into the nobility. I wasn't born this way. I was born like a normal human. Carota. We're from Udine. Or from further north. I fought in the war with the White Company, and that was kind of.
You know of Hawkwood?
Oh yeah, Hawkwood, John Hawkwood. Yeah, I wasn't around then, but yeah, I do know of Hawkwood.
He is a good man of sorts. She smiles the first time and claps you both on your shoulders. Right.
I think we should get
And
out
then-
of here,
Yes.
my lady.
All three of you, well, the two of you, can hear the gentleman who is in bed still beginning to stir.
I'm gonna step out the door if you don't mind.
Great. Yeah. Just as you nip out really quickly, and then she kind of gently pats Oliviero on the shoulders. No, my love, you go back to sleep. You go back to sleep. We can talk more when we get back. And he just kind of like mutters, and then he goes off back to sleep. Right. She then pushes Pietro and Irovich out the room, closes the door behind them. Out into the corridor, on the landing, you can hear conversations, the servants talking, other people in other rooms, and almost immediately you realise that it's very good picture. You realise that the conversations are normal. Some are happy, some are sad, some are upbeat, that sort of thing. They're not all depressing. You also get the feeling that you can hear people walking around downstairs. Irovich whispers to you, Daucus, it's like, you may want to change back, or you may want to swap and go back into your normal form.
Oh, you don't like this? I mean, I'm a pretty sexy bear.
Yes, but the shades of this house, they seem to be returning, and if they see you, there will be calamity.
Fine. Well, if I turn out, I can't change back into a bear again.
Well, we'll figure something out if you
All right.
if you can.
Fine. Yeah. No, I'll turn back into just a normal, boring, everyday human.
Okay, so you don't so much shapeshift. Your bodies just swap straight over. So your human form that was in your sanctuary unconscious now pops back into the mundane, and you have the same fatigue that you had before. You're on your mundane health track. So Corolla closes the door, then looks to all three of you. She says, so I will head immediately to Padua. You can come with me if you wish.
We have one problem, which is there were others in our party who have been lost somewhere in another memory or something. And we need to find them. I don't know if you can help with that or not, but that's something we need to do.
If the matter at Padua is this urgent, I will need to leave now. She then...
Do you have any, you are familiar with this world, it seems. Is there any advice or special things you could tell us that might help us?
He looks to Irovich and looks back to you, Pietro. There is very little more advice that I can give you than what he has no doubt given you. If you trust him, then he will help you.
What? Why don't you trust him?
She doesn't answer that. Irovich then kind of like softly coughs to get her attention, and then he leans in to whisper in her ear, and you can see him fumbling with a a parchment, a letter. Either of you is listening in to the private conversation?
Yeah, I'll be
Hello.
trying to listen in. For sure.
Okay. Can I have a actually no, what is your awareness? It's under perception, it's your defense. Have you got anything under awareness?
So it's in combat, is it?
No, it's
in
natural
perception.
skills. It's near the top,
Natural.
middle of the skills. Perception. It's the first one.
All right. No, I've got 2 in perception, but no bonus in awareness. I've got surveillance. I do have
I do have
surveillance.
2
but
in awareness.
You've got 2 in awareness.
I do.
Okay, so I'll apply -10. You're both quite close, so I'll give you both an extra 5. So -5, -15 for you, Daucus. Oh, 10. Oh. Right, Pietro, you don't hear any of this. Daucus, you just pick out the word recompense from him, and then from her she says, let me read it first. And then he gives her the letter. She looks at it, reads it, frowns, and then gives it back to him and says, if we get out of this alive, and this whole turmoil that these gentlemen speak of, once that's over, then I shall fulfill Agnita's promise. It is the least I can do. He smiles, bows, and then moves over towards you two.
Right. Well, I presume she's okay on her own. She doesn't need us.
No.
I do want to say, be careful of them bronze fellas. I'm not joking. They're just destroying dreams left and right. I can't imagine that any of the dreams will ever come back. I mean, or do they? I mean, is this like Icarus and
She seems quite distracted. But Irovich says the bronze men that they speak of, they are Orkneys. They obviously belong to an iron or a metal grayskin. And then she nods and says, yes, I think I know who has sent them. I can deal with them. I can expel them. However, you rescue your friends and meet me in Padua when the time is ready, or when the time is right. If I must liberate my city, I shall do so. And I hope to see you both again soon.
okay. We'll
Right.
see you. We'll see you
Thank
later.
you, and safe travels.
Okay. So he goes back
May
into the
Jesus
room.
God be with you.
Yes. So she goes back into the room. Irovich starts to lead you two down the landing towards the stairs. He peers over the banister and he says, Daucus, just stay outside and I'll tell you when the coast is clear. It would be much easier if you dropped the bear form. Or did you drop the bear form?
I did drop the bear form. I'm no
sorry.
longer a bear. That's why
Right.
my
No,
accent
but-
is just bad. It's not bad and deep at the same time.
I just have one question. Are we
Yep.
just outside the room, or we've moved away? Or
No, just outside the room.
outside? So she's gone.
You can
Is-
hear her having a conversation with Oliviero. It's reiterating, I must go. I will see you soon, my love.
Okay. Oh, she's gone back into the room, right?
She went back into the room, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, can we just use that port key thing you were saying before? Like, just go back and just hop to where we were, kind of like like a point? Because I'm like, I feel like I'm half naked here. I took off so many items of clothing. I kind of want some of that stuff back.
Let us get out of this place first. Three of you, unless you have anything else you want to do, you head down the stairs. He explains to you, we can use a port key to get back, but we can't jump from one location to another. We need to get back to where the memories were. I can then use a port key to go back into that memory to try and find them, if that's what you were asking.
Yeah,
Daucus.
I mean, so if we go back to like the place where we lost them at that first building, we might be able to find them with the port key. Is what you're saying? In that location.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, we need to go back there. I can find that memory, enter it again, and then hopefully they haven't sank, and they've just simply slipped into another memory that occupies that place. You leave the house. Go on.
How long have we been here now?
It's really hard to estimate because each memory has its own time period. So you reckon in your own time you've been here maybe 6 hours, but it's really hard to tell because there is no entropy, there is no hour of time. It is just literally things repeat or just misplaced, or time is jumbled up here. What you notice as you're heading back there...
Do I feel hungry? Do I need to eat, for example?
Yeah, you do actually. Yes, you do feel hungry. You have rations.
Okay.
So you can... do you sit down to eat, or do you walk and eat? And
I guess we can walk and eat.
Yeah, sure.
We just need to move, right? It was just a thought whether we need to consider.
Yeah, sure. So what he'll mention to you as you're eating, this is mainly aimed at you, Daucus, because you've said that you know some of the ghost walking rituals, is one of the other rules is do not eat the fruit. Again, links to mythology. He says whether you're in Otherworld or one of the worlds of Otherworld, or you are in the Shadowlands, if you eat the food, you're ingesting part of that realm. So anything that you eat in the Shadowlands, when you move into the mundane, you brought with you something that doesn't belong, and it can be quite painful as it's expelled from your body. So if you are an initiate or a mundane trapped in these lands and you ate, the effects would be far, far worse when you did go back to the realm of the living. So do not eat the food. Do not eat any food here.
We should skip lunch today.
But you have brought rations with you, so you can eat.
Okay. I just need to take a short break.
Sure.
Yeah, should we just back in 5 minutes?
Yeah, or back in 5 if you like. Yep.
Yeah. We'll come back in 5 minutes. Hey, we're back, and that's what's happening.
Brilliant. So, you left the Palazzo Antinori. You are heading back along the main road, having some to eat. Ivovich has just explained one of the traditions of the Anunnaki, which is do not eat the fruit, and how it has an adverse effect that if you eat something from the Shadowlands, when you enter the mundane, you've brought with you something of the realm of the dead. So it's not a good thing to do that. You take your time. There's no sight, there's no sound or anything of the bronze men, or the Orkneys, as Ivovich calls them. You head into the courtyard, on to the roofs. You get back to the big church, and to the section where there was a massive tear created by one of the enemy. That tear is gone. As you're going through this area, there's a new memory there, and you can just make out a thin thread-like tear. Pardon me. Where the big tear had been. So it's almost as if, even though one memory or an episode can be torn asunder, as long as there are other memories to occupy that area, the plane of memory tears itself. It just fills in the gap. But there seems to be trace evidence of what had happened in it, other memory. So you head past the church. You're looking at the rooftops. There's no arches. Then head south towards the area where everyone had got split up. You then see...
Do I gather my stuff as we go, or is that stuff just gone?
That stuff is gone. So you'd left 2 markers, hadn't you? One marker.
I think.
You left 3 markers. 1 marker was in the house.
Yeah.
I think you'd left one just end of last session. You can have that one back. I know you'd left a marker in the area that everyone got split up. That's not there, but you can see in front of you that's a different memory, that's a different episode that's occurring in that area. And where did you put the second one?
That was the jewelry, which was at the Cam Ella at the church.
Right.
And then I left my hat at the first one.
Right, okay.
I did I did the helmet at the church. I did the jewelry at the alley, and I did the hat. And then I did the fur in the front room.
Why would you have a hat? Why would you have a hat and a helmet?
I don't know.
Okay. Right. Okay. Well, you've lost your hat. You've managed to find your helmet, but you've lost your hat. And when you get back to the area there, like in the main road, north of the crossroads, you can't see any sign of the jewelry that you'd left. What you can see though is that it's an entirely new memory. Ivovich leads you into the little alleyway where the Orkneys first appeared out of, and then that Orkneys started killing people. As you enter the dark alleyway, he then turns round, faces the main road, and then starts to perform some sort of ritual. It's similar to the ritual that you have in mind, Daucus, for when you want to use Dao's port key.
Sure.
But it's ever so slightly different. It's essentially the same thing. For you, Pietro, his gestures, his mutterings don't make any sense to you whatsoever. They're just gestures. They're just words in a certain... There's definitely ritual to it, but it's like watching a religious ritual for a religion that you're not part of. and then you can see, because this alleyway is quite dark, you can see on the main road in front of you, things change, and as he steps out of the alleyway into the main road, you re-enter the memory that you were in before, where people are milling northwards from the marketplace. You can hear the market down to the south and the southeast. It's not the same number of people, but there are still quite a lot of people heading up through this way. And Daucus, you can see jewelry glinting on the road.
Oh, that's it right there. That's the jewelry at the alley.
There's about 3 or 4 people between you and the jewelry. How expensive was the jewelry?
I don't know. Probably not, because I would say that they gave it to me. So it's not my jewelry.
Where did you get the jewelry from?
I got it from. I lifted it off at Icarus. Not Icarus. What's his name? Our buddy.
Irovich. Do you mean
Irovich. Yeah, Irovich.
When did you steal it from him?
Well, I didn't steal it. I just presumed he gave us some like cheap jewelry or something, like a necklace.
Okay.
Like something.
Yeah. No, I'm with you now. Right. Okay. Pietro, can you roll a d10? Daucus, high or low?
We're gonna go high.
4.
Yeah.
Right.
Of course.
Daucus, just as you're about to move to pick up the jewelry, one of the shades, glances down, picks it up.
Oh, you can have it, I guess.
And then walks on. And then an odd thing happens. He looks at it, puts it in his pocket, he's looking at it really confused, and then puts it into like a pouch, and then it kind of falls out of the pouch onto the floor, onto the road. If you want it, you can always go after it.
Sure. I mean, I'll make sure that they'd walked on a little bit. I don't want to disturb him.
Yeah, no problem. You pick up the jewelry, and then Irovich, while Daucus, while you're doing that with jewelry, Pietro, I guess you're looking around. There's not much going on. Irovich starts looking around. He moves round the corner towards the south, turns towards the marketplace, and you can see he's looking around for something, and he's muttering and shaking his head as he's going along. Do either of you have anything of theirs on your possession?
What's mine is mine, and what's theirs is theirs. I don't mess with that sort of thing.
Nope. It was a long shot. Okay. Now, for the next hour or so, the two of you are left like standing your own devices. What he's doing is you see him, he'll wander into the crowd, and then he just disappears. You lose sight of him, and then he doesn't come back. Daucus, you know that a port key is simply moving from one area to another, and the division is when you lose sight. So it could be a door closed, it could be turning a corner, it could be entering a crowd. So you understand this as he's entered the crowd, and he's using that crowd as the port key.
Okay.
So he enters the crowd, and when he exits the crowd, he could enter a different memory. You guys wait for about an hour. You notice that the dream after about an hour, it kind of loops. So you can see the sun slowly rising. And then after about an hour, the sun resets and it's back to where it was at the beginning. And it slowly rises, and all the ghosts and all the shades, should I say, they're all just reliving the same instant over and over again. Eventually...
Kind of redundant, don't you think?
Were you saying that to Pietro?
I just said it out loud to Pietro. Like, they just doing the same shit every day. Over and over again.
That seems to be the nature of this world. It's, I still don't fully understand it, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't either.
After about an hour of waiting, contemplating the meaning of the Shadowlands, Irovich appears. He looks a bit disheveled. You can see that on his boots, muddy. He looks as though he's been trekking through mud. As he approaches you, say, praise the Lord, you are still here. My biggest fear is I'd come back after finding the other two, only to find that you two had disappeared, but you stayed exactly where you were. I have found them. The problem is they have sunk. They have slipped into the plane of memory below, and they're unconscious. Something has attacked them, or maybe they've fallen, or I don't understand what's happened. All I know is they have slipped, and they are in the plane of memory below. The plane of memory below is a bit different. Each plane of memory at this level is maybe 50 to 100, maybe in some cases 150 years. Come with me. So he takes you into the crowd.
I'll drop my jewelry again.
Mm-hmm. Oh yes, you drop the jewelry. When you do that, Irovich turns around and to you, Pietro, and says, "We're going to be stepping into another plane, so you'll need to abandon something of yours. But it has to be something you've taken from the mundane, something that belongs to you."
Mm-hmm. Okay. I guess it can be anything.
Yep.
I can tear a page out of my notebook and leave that.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
I just have one question. I just noticed I have a thing called planes of memory stirring memories. Is that at all relevant to this?
Whoa.
What does that do?
Well, have you got? Oh, you have shadow. Oh, hold on. So, do you have? So on your magical character sheet, do you have plane of memories under the scions?
Yes, I have attunement and planes of memory. And
right.
Under rituals, it says stirring memories for planes of memory. And for attunement, it's mana splinter. I can't remember what those do.
How many ranks do you have amongst your scions?
Just 2. I have 1 in attunement and 1 in planes of memory.
Right. Can you remember? Because you've got magical characters have 3 facets. Your avatar starts at 2, your element starts at 2, and your scion start at 2. So you've got 2 ranks in each of those.
Oh, I should have 2.
So the last part of character creation for magical characters is called divergence, and it's where you put a 3rd rank into something. So for example, Daucus put his 3rd rank into his avatar, so his avatar's now like rank 3.
I've got an avatar of rank 3.
You've got an avatar of rank 3.
Yeah,
so
it's that's my special like pen. It's almost like a kind of a wand.
Right.
And the features are talisman, primary foci, and limitless area, but I don't know how to use that, to be honest.
Right. No, that's fine. So your element is 2. So your scions will be 2.
So they should be 2 and not 1?
Yep. So
Yeah, mine
Avatar
are 1 as
3.
well. Mine are just 1 as well.
No, but do you have 2 ranks under scions?
They have two different scions. I have 2 scions.
Oh.
Yeah. So it's 2 ranks. Rank 1, rank 1,
Yeah, that's
2
what
ranks. Yeah.
Yeah. 1 in attunement, 1 in planes of memory.
Okay. Right. Rank 1 in planes of memory then is the same as Daucus. So you have Douse, Portkey, the stirring
Okay.
memories.
I didn't realise. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. I think you might have gone for past lives. Hold on. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, stirring memories is the past lives branch. So plane of memories is the scion, and then with each scion there's 2 branches. For planes of memory there's ghost walking or past lives. So yours is stirring memories, and that's the ritual for the first ritual for past lives.
And what does that
So that's
do?
fine. What that does is, so the severed soul interacts with and hypnotizes the person who wishes to commune with a past life. After the ritual has been successfully completed, the severed soul may be able to speak with the hypnotized person, but will receive answers from a previous incarnation. These answers are based on the memories that do not belong to the person, so there's always an element of confusion. So if you wanted to, so like in the setting, a human soul goes through the great cycle over and over and over again, and each human is the host for this soul. So there's then an element of reincarnation where the soul just occupies another person, that person dies, and then another person, and so on and so on. So you can use that ritual to speak to someone, or mainly to speak to the soul directly in the form of one of their previous incarnations.
Okay.
How
So it's
you'd
not
want to use
particularly
that?
useful right now. Then.
No, not at the moment, because shades do not have souls.
Okay. All right.
Okay, right. Hey, so Irovich says, "Come with me." He then takes you into the crowd. You enter another memory, but then you see him head into an alleyway. You're not even sure which part of the map you're at, but as you're moving through, everything is getting older and older. And it's at one point where he looks as though he's about to cross a bridge and over one of the rivers, or one of the canals, where in fact he goes underneath the bridge. You guys follow, and then performs the ritual, and then when he comes back out, this isn't the same place. It looks as though you've stepped back at least 100 years. Majority of the buildings are no longer there. There seems to be more fields, more just muddy patches of ground. There's 1 or 2 crops you can see in the distance where the warehouses before. The church is there. And it's the only large looking building. The rest of this place is mainly wooden shacks and burial mounds. To give you a bit of context, so back in like 600 AD, 700 AD, a lot of these settlements were based around where they buried the dead. And then as the cities or the villages turned into towns, what they had to do was either move the necropolises or build on top of the burial grounds. And as you can see, as you're wandering through this area, this is Malamocco as a village, not as a town or a city. And there's hardly any shades moving around here. He takes you to an open space where it's the crossroads. When he gets there, he looks a bit concerned. He starts He rushes forward, and he says, "They're gone. Something or someone has taken them. Quick, help me search."
Can I use detect mind to see if I can find them?
You would have to move to
Or
a
does it
certain
not
area.
work like that?
Yeah, because you could use, if you had the elemental radar, you could just simply, like on Aliens where they've got the motion detector, you could have that around you.
So with my avatar, the limitless area, I guess I'm not understanding what that does.
So yeah, so whenever you use whenever you have a trick or a spell that you want to cast that relies on an area, which depending on the parameter you want to set it at, limits the area itself. Then if you want to have a spell that needs a larger area, then the limitless area helps you achieve that. But at the moment, you don't have the tricks to fully benefit from that feature.
Okay. Well, okay. So I'm going to look around for any sign of some disturbance, whether it's some shades. Sometimes when they got disturbed by non-things in their memory, they'd be milling around, or there'd be some agitation, or anything that's any sign of something's just happened.
Sure. So if you were to see a shade, would you try to use detect mind, read mind, identify thoughts on the shade as you're looking around?
I guess I could do that if I thought the shade looked a little agitated or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I get a attention, perception, surveillance, Daucus?
Okay, so that's pretty good. So attention.
Daucus, what
do
you
you
doing?
want me to do it the same attention, perception,
No, I was just wondering what you were doing.
I'm gonna look around at the ground and see if I see any tracks or stuff that any of my friends left behind. Something that looked out of place.
If you're looking for something specific, you can make an attention investigation search.
Well,
you're looking specifically for tracks.
Yeah.
If not, and you want to do it just a general looking around, it would just be around. Surveillance. Okay,
or maybe they left some article of clothing behind. Something that was maybe a little bit more modern.
Okay, no problem. Yep, same roll then. Pietro, what did you get?
Okay, 41.
Bloody hell! Right, okay.
Yeah, you got a lot higher than I did. That's for sure.
I've got 2 in perception. I got 1 in surveillance.
I don't think I could get that high.
8 dice. So.
Okay,
oh well, I did okay for me.
You find Pietro. You don't see any tracks, but as the 3 of you kind of spanning out, you see 1 or 2 shades, and as you mentioned before, you're looking for any shades that look a bit out of place, concerned, distracted, whatever, and you find 2 who are they're walking around in circles. They are clearly distressed or confused. Can I have if you cast your spell? So it's soul. Keeping them a dice equal to your rank in electricity.
Yep, so 3 dice.
Add plus 5 for your talisman, but also, do you want to spend time preparing? Each round you prepare gives you a plus 5 to the roll.
Well, I may as well, because a round isn't very long, right? So,
no, that's fine.
I guess I'll spend 2 rounds preparing, right?
Yep, sure.
Makes sense. So dice pool. So it's times 2. It's the number I have of soul times 2.
Yep.
So there's 6 then. 6 dice, and I keep 3. And then I get what, plus 10 or 15? Right.
Plus 15. The plus 10 preparation, plus 5 from your talisman.
Okay. So it should be pretty good. Okay. 2 10s. I mean, it's like, I really need to have a camera on this because people won't believe me.
You need to stop buying the dice where it just has 10 on every side.
Oh, that's what happened, right? So how many did I say I keep? I keep 3. I mean, this is going to be, it's got to be a success. 29 plus.
Oh no, you'd be keeping 2 because you've got 2 in electricity. Because you put your 3rd rank into Avatar, so you'd have 2 ranks in electricity.
Oh, okay. So there's a mistake on my character. That's fine. So I keep 2. But anyway, 29 plus 7. So 36 plus 15, whatever that is.
Bloody,
46, 51. I think.
Between the two of them, you realise that these mines are so broken that you can't string. They mentally cannot string together a whole scene. Their memories are fractured. There's a snippet of knowledge there, then it just cuts off. And then a little bit of continuity. It's like listening to a radio where the transmission or the reception breaks up every 30 seconds, for about 5 seconds, 10 seconds at a time. But what you do manage to pick up is... Ken, could you bring up the picture of the Necropolis Fiend that I'd sent to you last week? That's... if you still have it. Yep, that's the one. You want to zoom out, if possible? Yeah, keep going. Keep going. Yeah. It's just so we can get the... yeah, it's mainly to get the people on there. Right. What they've seen is something similar to that, where its flesh seems to be made of a mixture of soil, stone, and torn tunics or shrouds, and something's given it form. The next part of the memory that you see is this thing dragging 2, I don't know, corpses behind, moving away from this area. Bless you. Daucus, what did you get?
I got a 22.
22. Okay. You spend a lot longer looking around. You just about think you've picked up the tracks of something, of 2 things being dragged. But it's not so much the faint trench left by the things being dragged. It's what looks to be huge footprints. Footprints that when you don't notice at first, because when you're standing inside it, it just looks like a puddle that's dried up. It's only when you step back and you realise that this has strange indentations in it, so it's not a puddle. And then as you follow the tracks or the drag marks, there's another one of these. As you work out which direction of the drag marks and these footsteps have taken, it is to the directly west. Irovich is soon standing next to you, looking at the same thing. He looks a bit panicked, and he just kind of glances to you, glances to the big footsteps.
That thing looks pretty big.
To the distance, Yeah, about 100 yards away, Daucus, you can see Pietro standing next to two shades, and these shades are just walking around in circles. They're bumping into like a fence themselves.
That's
Their
weird.
physical form is quite tattered as well. Parts of them have no features. There's no color. Some, like, one has no hair, but they're not bald, so it looks strange. Yeah, it's almost as if they're beginning to these shades have begun to forget what they look like. So because they can't remember what they look like, their physical form is incomplete.
So, have they walked over to me or not? Or I can walk over to them?
It's up to
Yeah.
Daucus.
I'll walk over.
You're still
Okay.
in the spell.
I'm in
You're
the
still
spell, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I won't leave Pietro behind. I'll just keep looking at him.
He's not looking at you. He's looking at these shades.
Yeah.
It's almost as if he's in some sort of trance.
I'll give him a minute before I start trying to mess with him.
Right. So have you moved over to him? Because I said he's about 100 yards away.
Yeah. I'll move closer to
Okay.
him.
Pietro, the sound of two people approaching you stirs you from your spell. You look behind you, and it's Daucus and Irovich. Irovich looks white-faced.
I've seen something that doesn't really even make sense, but nothing really makes sense in this world. Some gigantic beast made of rocks and flesh and seem to be dragging two bodies or I don't know, somewhere. And that's what has disturbed these shades.
What it could have gone that way. There's some big old footprints, if that's what you're describing.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks as though a Necropolis Fiend has taken them. What is a Necropolis Fiend, I hear you ask? Well,
Yeah, what is that? I don't know what that is.
I've only ever heard of them because I very, very, very rarely go this deep into the Shadowlands. So it all starts in the mundane. In the mundane, you have the corporeal and the incorporeal. The corporeal is what we live in. The towns, the cities, the people, the cultures, objects, everything. Just what we live in. Beneath that, in the incorporeal, is the spirit world. There are dragons that control the weather, control earthquakes, looks after crops. They guide nature. They are the forces of nature. Just as people and objects and places can die and slip into the Shadowlands to experience memories and their episodes over and over again, the spirits can die. If a forest is completely cut down, the forest will reappear in the Shadowlands, and the spirit that's linked with that forest will exist within the Shadowlands. If something is like a house is very old, it will have a spirit. But like the Palazzo Antinori we were in, the creaks that people heard when there was no one walking on them, that was the spirit, the dead spirit of that house, trying to communicate with us. There are buildings such as crypts, which are centuries years old, hundreds of years old. They develop a spirit in the mundane, and this spirit has one purpose: to house the dead within, to look after the dead, and to pay respect to the dead within. When these crypts are demolished, they enter the Shadowlands, and the spirit goes with them. However, spirits, just like shades, they start to forget themselves. And in the Shadowlands, there's no division between the corporeal and then the incorporeal. So at this depth of the Shadowlands, the dead spirits, and the shades merge. The Necropolis Fiend was once a crypt designed with one purpose, and that is to house the dead. And as a dead spirit known as a tenebrae, it has one purpose, but it has slowly forgotten its purpose. And just as an incorporeal spirit can manifest themselves or even become corporeal and walk as humans or perform great feats of magic, tenebrae can as well. And a Necropolis Fiend has one purpose, and that's to house what it considers to be the dead. And it looks as though it has found Niccolò and Matteo and thinks that they are the dead to be held inside its body. We need to track down this. We need to track down this Necropolis Fiend before it consumes them and houses them within.
Yeah, that seems dramatic. Soul will find itself alone, I guess.
Yes.
Mid-dark thoughts of Grey Tombstone.
Yeah. Give me 1 minute. Need to check something.
Are we supposed to fight this thing or just run if we see it? Because it sounds like dramatic. It's kind of big. This thing.
Yeah. I am not sure we could defeat it.
Well,
let us just hope we can find them before it houses them. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I will go on ahead. And scout. When I return, hopefully I'll know where they are. And we can attack. Or at least do the best that we can.
Yeah, I feel like attacking it may not be the grandest idea. Maybe just trying to find our friends and free them. Now, will we have to come back to this space? We'll have to meet here again. Are there the clouds in this? Are there voids that we should avoid, or is this?
Yes, out of character. There are larger patches of void here. It's almost as if because there's no buildings, there's less memory. There's less things to be remembered.
Sure.
So there are just patches of wilderness, and then there are patches of void. He says, go on ahead, follow these tracks, and I will return. But we need to make haste. And at that point, he runs and starts to leap. And as he starts to leap, his whole body is replaced by a flock of nightingales. And he just bursts into a flock of birds and flies off ahead. Leaving you two behind.
That's been nice.
Well, I presume after you. I'll walk in front of Pietro.
Are you walking? Are you running? Are you jogging? Are you? moonwalking.
I'll give
So
it.
we're sort of following in the direction that he went.
Yeah,
or we're supposed to stay here.
when you head back to the footsteps, you both can see that it's obvious that these are large footsteps moving away, and there's also the drag marks which fits in with the vision that you had from the Shade's memory.
Is there any sort of high point, either a hill or a building we can get on top of, something where we could see a bit of a view, maybe, where we could
Well, there's
try
that
and
church over there.
There's a church in the other direction, but there is like a farmhouse.
Okay.
Nearby,
So farmhouse,
along the
right?
way.
Is it maybe on a little rise or something?
Yeah.
We could, maybe we'll get a view from over there. Maybe we'll be able to see something.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah. As you climb and you head up, you can see that the tracks lead off south towards what looks like to be the edge of what the very edge of the city will become. And there is in the distance, there is a faint stone-looking building. It's a mixture between like a burial mound or like some sort of stone church. And then
I guess
you
this
blink.
thing is going to head towards a graveyard or something.
Yeah, you blink, and then this thing moves. And just as you realise that that could be it, you see a flock of nightingales swoop down towards you, curl around you, and then flies straight in the direction of the.
Well, I
This
think
burial mound.
To head
we
that
should
way.
run over there real
Let's go.
quick. See
Yeah.
what we can get.
Just give me 5 minutes. Once.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Well, I think we'll take a short break and we'll be right back after these transitions. And we're
Way
back.
back.
Yeah.
Yep, sorry about that. So, flock of nightingales fly off into the distance towards this burial mound, Necropolis Fiend. You guys on the top of a farmhouse?
Yeah, no, I think I'll jump down.
I guess we have to go there and see. Maybe we can somehow distract this thing and get our companions out and find a portal and disappear or something. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. Presuming you're legging it towards
Yep.
there. As you're going through, you have to like weave between voids, following the same tracks that it is left, getting to where it lives. As you're approaching, you can see that the nightingales have vanished, and there's a figure standing maybe 50 feet, 100 feet away from this monster. He seems to be summoning storm clouds. There is a massive, then, like a tornado enveloped him and is blasted towards the Necropolis Fiend. Necropolis Fiend then changes its shape and then stands almost upright. So it's on two board legs. One arm or hand or thing is on the ground before it, and it reaches and sweeps its other hand out towards Irovich.
How far away are we?
You're about 200 feet away. You will probably get there in about 5 or 6 rounds, which gives you time to prepare anything you want to do. If you want to change anything, summon anything, up to you. You've got plenty of rounds to think as you're approaching. This thing is about 20 feet high. It's not as large as the Necropolis Fiend on the picture. If there were more players, I probably would have made it huge. But instead, we're just going to go for large.
Okay. Now tell Daucus, why don't you head around one side of it? I'll head on the other side. Like, there's only one of it. There's multiple of us. Maybe if we can distract it, maybe that'll give us some advantage.
I'll flank him right up.
Make noise, distract him. Maybe that'll give Irovich a chance to do something.
Sure. I'll hit him with my mace when I get to him.
Let's see.
Because I can't turn into a bear, so like that's all I got.
You can turn into you can use a different mana pool.
Oh really?
To fuel the summon. It just means that you'll be using a foreign mana pool, and that in itself has
it
other
has
consequences. But you can.
Right. It only has
like a moment
consequences
where you
if
might
somebody
wanna
sees
do
it. Is that right?
So say that again.
It only has consequences if somebody sees it.
Yeah. So by using foreign mana, the spell or the magical power, the ritual or the avatar summoning, is considered obvious. So there is a greater number of dice rolled, which then increases feedback. So it's up to you.
I'm just gonna go with what I got, just my own self.
Okay, sure, no problem. You fan out. It was one person going to the left of Irovich and one person going to the right.
Yeah.
To to flank both sides, or is either of you going to the opposite side?
Yeah, we're splitting up. He's going around one way. I'm going around the other.
Okay.
Make it like a triangle, the three of us, so we're as far away from each other as we can be.
Get on the other side of it.
Yep.
Brilliant. Okay. What you can see then, because of the vantage point that you put yourselves in, there's like 5-6 rounds of you running, you get into position. You can see that it was slowly reforming itself as a crypt, and right beneath its legs, Matteo is asleep, and Niccolò is asleep. They look battered, bruised, covered in dust. If chances are they've probably been knocked unconscious rather than fallen asleep, but they looked as though they were being gently put into lying down positions with the arms crossed, as if they were being put, like, laid to rest. And they're effectively right in the middle of where the crypt, or the Necropolis Fiend, is standing.
Now, do you think that I feel like I might have more luck grabbing these guys and trying to run away? Is there like, do I have to fight this guy to grab my friends, or do you think
They all at the moment, he's got one hand, so 2 feet at the back, one hand on the ground, and the other hand is swiping out and just misses Irovich, and Irovich is just continuing the storm. There's no lightning, it's just this Necropolis Fiend is being battered every round by gusts of winds, and you can see it being buffeted back, and then it lunges forward. It hasn't paid either of you any attention. Its full focus is on thwarting this irritating little creature in front of it.
I might change up and go and run and grab my friends. Unless that's not possible.
No, you can. Yeah, as I say, looking at that picture, imagine it's like 1/3 smaller. The distance between the ground and where its legs stop is still about 10, 12 feet high. It's really large. You can run underneath it. And nothing is attached that you can see to the two slumbering figures.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll run and try and get to them.
Okay.
I want to do something as I see him running towards it. So when.
Yep. Go ahead.
Okay. So, I have a mini flute that is one of my items, and I'm going to take it out, and I want to start playing a bit of music that's like an old bit of music that you would hear in a church in a funeral.
Okay. Right, brilliant. So, assuming that this is the first round of combat, Pietro, you go first. You get the flute out. You prepare yourself. Takes you around, like, just think about what you're doing, what song you're choosing from. Daucus, you're next. The figures are about 30 feet. You could run in, and you'll get there at the end of this round. You'd have to... Are you coming in from behind its legs, or underneath and from the front?
Yeah, whatever the shortest distance is.
You chose triangle, so it'll be behind.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're running from behind. Are you making any attempt to be sneaky, or are you just legging it?
I'm just going.
Right, okay. You get to the two figures. They, as mentioned before, they look like they're being put to rest. Something has laid them down and folded their arms over their chests. Mm-hmm. And there is like thin wisps of shroud that, like, you know, on Lord of the Rings, where Shelob is wrapping up Frodo. It looks as though something has begun to wrap shrouds around them. They've only covered their legs, but not got any further. So their arms are free. It's just that their lower legs are bound.
Pull the shroud off.
Okay. Which one are you going for? Matteo or Niccolò?
I don't know. Matteo, because I know him longer.
Sure. Okay. You start tearing the shroud from Matteo's legs. The round ends when you hear this ear-piercing shriek from above. Pietro, you can see from your vantage point that this Necropolis Fiend is beginning to wail in anguish. It ignores Irovich, and it leans down, and the arm that was free that was swiping at Irovich is now sweeping in towards Daucus. Next round, Pietro, you're ready with your flute. You go first.
Okay. Play my song.
Okay.
Try to distract it.
Okay, right. So it's up to you. You can either choose presence or composure, and then it's perform and music.
Okay, so I'll use composure. I have better. 3, so that's 6 dice. I've got 1 in perform, nothing in music. So
Okay.
1 dice. So hopefully I get some 10s. I got 6 dice. So. On average, I'd probably get about 3.
Yep, yeah, it'll probably be like 40.
And there's not a 10. I've got a 9.
Yeah, no, fail. So, Daucus, I'll give you the initiative. As you're tearing the last of the shrouds off, it gets dark. And the darkness is from the Necropolis Fiend moving in. It's almost curling in under itself, and you can see this big, huge mass of soil and rock swinging towards you.
Well, I'll grab Matteo, because I guess he's right next to me, and I'll try to jump out of the way.
Okay. Can I have a speed athletics run? I'm going to take off 15, minus 15, because you're carrying someone. Yep.
Right. I'm probably going to get hit real hard, my guess.
Possibly.
Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I only got a... If you subtract 15, I got an 18.
18. Okay. Partial success. You pick him up, and you can move. You can dodge, because you're turning yourself into a moving target.
Yeah.
So,
I will
what is
dodge.
your dodge?
It is a 3, I think. It's 2. It's negative 10.
Negative 10. Partial success. Knock that down to minus 5. This hand comes in, sweeps at you. So, minus 5.
Probably hit me pretty
1.
hard, I'm gonna guess.
1, 10.
I'll use Matteo as a
Just-
shield.
It just hits you.
Yeah, it just hits me for 100.
Yeah, something like that. So, I got 20. Knocks down to 15. Partial success. So that's an outcome of 1. But then it's 2 sizes larger than you. So it becomes outcome 3. Right. So that's +1. Right. Can you take 5 wounds to
To the head.
To-
Yeah,
oh,
probably.
5 wounds to your head and your torso,
Okay, yeah, good. I
and
can
then
take 4
apply your
wounds.
armor.
What now? I got a chain shirt.
Yep.
Ahsoka 2.
Mhm.
So where do I put the wounds?
Wounds on your health track. Just mark it
Yeah.
along from
I got a whole health
head
check.
and torso.
Yeah. So what goes to what?
So you took 4 wounds to your torso. What's your armor?
2.
2. So 4 becomes 2. Take 2 fatigue, and you take no wounds to your torso.
Mm-hmm.
What's your armor for your head?
Well, it depends on if I have that. I'm gonna guess I don't have that helm on anymore. So
No, because you picked up the helmet. Yeah, you lost your hat. I don't know why you had a hat. You picked up your helmet. You managed to pick up the jewelry, so that's fine. So you have your.
that has that Ahsoka 3.
So 1 second.
Hardness into.
Right. So you take another 2 fatigue. However, you are knocked, sprawling. You're forced to let go of Matteo, and you are flung forward as the huge hand wipes at you. Checking. Stop. Right, you're knocked forward 10 feet away from Matteo. You're not stunned or anything like that. You kind of, by the time you've finished rolling, you're 10 feet away from Matteo. There's another massive blast of wind. And next round, Pietro, over to you.
I want to. Well, are there any large voids in this area?
Yes, there's one that overlaps the canal, or it's quite hard to tell. You can't tell if it's a canal or the actual the lagoon. It kind of overlaps the water and the riverbed, so to speak. There's one.
So it's within
it's about
50 feet or something, or
50 feet further on from where you're coming from, because this thing has led you to the edge of the town or the city, and then beyond that is the edge of the island or the canal.
So currently it's fighting against Daucus, and it's being buffeted. I want to try and then identify its thoughts to see what is it looking for more as many bodies as it can get, or what is its objective, and how sophisticated is its thinking? Is it thinking like a human, or is it just got some basic kind of instincts?
So in combat, it takes 1 round to form the spell, second round to execute it, but you have the option to prepare, and every preparation gives you +5, but it takes a round. So
I think I just got to do it quickly. I don't have time.
Okay. Make you roll. You're using talisman, so +5.
I can use my talisman. So it's the dice pool is 6 and electricity is 3. And I had 5. Okay. Oh, my dice are deserting me here. Just at the crucial battle. I mean, it's not. So 18 plus 5, so 23.
23. Right. Okay. I'll let you know what happens.
Okay.
In the next round.
All right.
Daucus, you can get back onto your feet. What you can see is it has delicately placed its hand over the body. of Matteo. He's not crushing it, he's not touching it, he's just literally put its hand over to protect it. And the shrieking and the howling has turned into a kind of almost like a pitiful mewl, as it's almost like a creature looking after its children, and you're trying to harm it, or you're trying to harm its offspring. In the background, you can see Irovich moves closer, because before he was just out of reach, like 10, 15 yards away. He's now moved further in, and he yells over towards you. Get them. I will distract it as best I can.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run at the not the one that he's got under his hand, but I'm gonna go run to the other one. I'm gonna go hit not Pietro. Niccolò. I'm gonna run after Niccolò and try to free Niccolò.
Okay. It gets, so you rush over, same thing. Bearing in mind, its hand is like 5 feet away from you.
Yeah, I get his hands are big. His big hands, I know you're the one.
Yep. you start tearing the shroud
I'm gonna
off.
tear it off, and like I'm
Niccolò.
gonna grab him and drag him in the other direction.
Okay.
And carry him in the other direction.
It lets go of the ground and then stands upright, and then you see one of its feet is lifted high off the ground and moves over towards the top of your head.
Yeah.
And then drops.
Run away from that. Dodge away from that.
Yeah. Are you wanting to take Niccolò with you?
Well, I don't want him to get stepped on.
Okay. The feet is only about 5 foot wide. So as it's coming straight down, it's 5 foot. It's like a 2.5 foot radius centered on you, and you're over the body. Exactly. What are you doing?
I'm gonna grab him and pull him away from where this foot is getting ready to fall.
Okay. Can I have a speed athletics weights roll? Roll well.
Well, I did roll slightly better than I did last time, but if it's negative -15 again, or is
are you
it
trying to pick him?
Minus? I was going to try and
pick
pull him out of
up?
the way. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Pull him out of the way.
Drops down to -5.
So is it dodge again?
This is just, I just want you to grab him and either drag him or roll with him or whatever. So
Yeah, drag him and kind of roll him out of the way of the foot falling.
Okay. Yeah. So
So
it's
is that
your speed, athletics, weights.
Okay. That is 13, 20, 19, 20, 29. You said it's only -5?
Yep, just -5.
So it's 29.
Okay. You get your full dodge. Roll again. Got 15. Your dodge is -10. You just get out of the way, and it slams down onto where Niccolò was. The way that you've rolled, you've kind of got your arms around Niccolò, and you've just double rolled, so to speak, just out of the way. As it hits the ground, it roars in anguish. Nick, you can... Actually, none of you can see what Irovich is doing. Pietro, back over to you. You execute your spell. This thing seems to be more emotion than thought. So there's a slight distinction between the two. Its thoughts right at this moment is it's just killed one of its wards, and you can see it moving its foot up, and then there's relief as it realizes that it hasn't crushed the assailant and its ward. It cares deeply for Matteo and Niccolò, but you don't understand what it identifies them as.
Okay.
It's very primitive. It's almost as if it has one purpose, and because it has never expanded beyond that purpose, it has very limited scope, limited vocabulary, and limited idea of the world around it.
Okay. Someone at my door. I'll have to pick up.
Yep, sure. Yeah, no problem. Daucus, you can see it's lifting its foot back up.
I'm gonna look to see if there's like a valley or a small crevice or some place where we can take some cover nearby. And if not, I'm just gonna like lift Niccolò up on my shoulders and kind of run towards. Is he still covering Matteo?
No.
With his hand?
When it
I'm gonna
rolls
run
up onto
towards
its
Matteo.
Right, you hoist Niccolò onto your left shoulder.
Yeah.
And then you turn and you move towards Matteo. Okay, so you're going to try and grab both of them and carry them off.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
What you can tell from this scene, though, is this thing is not going to harm Matteo.
And Niccolò.
Yeah, the only reason why I went to stamp on Niccolò was because it was trying to kill you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring them closer together, and so maybe like it'll keep them from attacking me. Maybe not. I don't know. Like
so you're gonna use Niccolò as a body shield.
Yeah, and Niccolò and Matteo
Okay.
as a potential body shield, or I'm gonna get them both kind of killed. One of the two.
Brilliant. Can I get then, because this is a social attack that you're trying to convince it not to attack you, because otherwise it's going to kill its wards. Right. Can I have it's your choice, either presence or composure? Because I'm guessing, are you talking to it, or are you just kind of showing?
I feel like I am. I don't think it can talk. I think I'm just.
Correct.
It's just an action. It's very.
Yep. Right. It's either presence or composure, and then either empathy, because you're trying to exploit either its emotion or its intention or weakness, your choice, or influence and one of any, like an expertise such as reason or authority would
charm.
work. No.
I'm trying to charm him into loving me. And what was the other one? Influence, or what's the other one?
So it's either influence or empathy.
I would say I would use its emotions.
Perfect. Yep.
Maybe.
I'll give you. If you're using empathy, I'll give you +10.
Okay.
Because you are using it.
Can I
You're
use
using its purpose against itself.
Can I use my spirit pool?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Which spirit are you using? Conscience, conviction, or honor?
Probably honor. Maybe. Is that okay? Or should I use conscience?
Not conscience, because you're. Give me. I would definitely
honor.
not conscience.
I mean, I feel like honor makes sense because he's like, this is like his thing. This is what he does. So I'm kind of bringing them together to, give them a, something.
Yep. Sure. Okay. I'll allow it. I'll allow it.
You're gonna destroy your own thing. This is like your honor is to protect this stuff, and this is like really what is going to, like, if you destroy this, you're breaking your code.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of thing. So that's why I'm pulling them together.
Cool. No problem. Add +10 to the roll.
All right. Well, it's I didn't roll any 10s, but 18, 26, 36.
Okay. Was that with the +10?
Yeah, it's with the +10.
Okay. I'm gonna slightly change that. Within the social combat system, your attachments, like I think we applied this before, like, when the listlessness of the lagoon was attacking you both, where you can use your attachments to increase your tallies, but you can also use them to apply as leverage. So this thing's ambition, its whole purpose, is to protect its wards. So because Ken, you're using that against it, it sends its attachment, which is 25 points, against it. So instead of +10, you're getting +25. So add another 15 on there. So that was 30, so that's go up to 50 something?
36, so that'd be at 50 something.
Yeah, 51. Right. It takes a split second. It's about to drop its foot down on you, but then when it realizes that you're effectively hoisting the both wards up underneath its foot, it lets out this frustration and screams down at you. Then there's like a stank, fetid gust of air sweeps across you, and it steps back slightly, because at the moment it's looking straight down at you. It moves off to one side so it can look towards you and not have you underneath its legs.
Okay.
Pietro, next round. What are you up to?
I am going to scream out as loud as I can, like a scream of pain. And I'm going to clutch my heart and start staggering towards the void.
Oh, okay. Right. Can I have... It's your choice. It's either... It's either guile and deceive, or perform acting.
Okay, probably, yeah. Guile and deceive, I'm good at that.
Okay.
And then it's, which role is it? Is it like
Presence.
presence? Okay, I'm not so good at presence, unfortunately. I have good interaction, but
You can have plus 25
Okay.
because you're tapping into its. Effectively, this is its weakness.
Yeah. Okay. So plus 25. So I just get the 2 dice, but the plus 25 should help. I got +1 for deceive, so it's sort of an automatic. Okay, so it's 14 plus 5, so it's 19 plus 25, whatever that is.
Wow. Okay. That's your action.
Mhm.
It's going to jump in. It's got the same initiative as Daucus, but Daucus isn't here. Right.
Mhm.
You scream, pretend to die.
Mhm.
It goes to grab you then.
Okay, well, I'm trying to, like, I'm
Yeah. I know you're moving away.
staying towards the void.
Okay. It's going to swing towards you and
Yep.
pick you up. You can dodge. You can't parry this thing, but you can dodge.
Okay. I will dodge. I think that's my one good combat skill.
Nice.
So speed, is it?
Oh no, I know you can apply your dodge. It's attacking you. You can apply your dodge. I'll give you an extra
okay.
-5 because
So
you already have the distance from it.
Okay, I have 2 in dodge.
Okay, so it's -10. Goes up to -15 because you've given yourself distance.
Yeah.
You think you've just stepped out of its range, but your acting is so convincing, it kind of lunges that little bit forward. Daucus, moments ago it was considering what to do with you, and the fact that you're holding its children or its wards to ransom, and then you hear the sound of someone pretending to die, and then you look to your side and you can see that Pietro's clutching his chest and he's kind of limping forward like, oh! Which then piques the interest of the Necropolis Fiend. It swoops over your head, Daucus. For a split second you thought it was going for you. It swoops over your head and its full body turns as it's desperate to grab hold of this dying person. It just grabs you, Pietro. You are picked up and you are hoisted off the ground. It's not trying to kill you, but it's still grabbing you. So -1. Right. You are gripped. Take 7 fatigue.
Okay, where is that?
Fatigue is under your health track. So on your combat spreadsheet, character sheet.
Yeah. So I guess maybe we didn't fill this out. I don't know how much fatigue I have.
So your fatigue is equal to your... So what have you got in resistance?
Resistance, where is that?
Yes. Underneath athletics.
I've got a resistance of 1.
Okay. You have fatigue under -0 of 10. So you've got 3 fatigue less before you go into -1. When it grabs you,
I've got total of 10, and I lost how many?
7.
Oh. Not good.
When it grabs you, hoists you off the ground.
Yeah.
It knocks all the wind out of you.
Okay.
There is a almighty blast from Irovich, and this thing is swept off its feet and lands about 20 feet beyond the direction that you were going, towards the void. Hits the ground, a split second, Pietro, you can feel its grip tighten, but then it's almost as if it realizes that it can't damage you, and it secures its grip in place, not allowing itself to tighten or loosen. And you feel quite protected, so that when you follow it hitting the ground, it's like a shock absorber, and you don't take any further damage. You're just rattled in its grasp. Daucus, over to you.
I'm gonna pull Niccolò and Matteo. Not Niccolò.
Niccolò and Matteo.
And Matteo. I'm gonna pull them towards where we started. Gonna kind of try to grab them both and like just.
Okay.
Wait. Before I do that, I have first aid.
Yep.
I'm gonna see if I can revive either one of these guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me go and see if like do just a little bit of first aid on them.
Okay.
Just
So it's a attention, medicine, first aid. Are you just trying to wake them? You're not trying to diagnose, see what's wrong with them. You're just trying to wake them up.
I'm just trying to wake them to see if they,
Yep, okay.
I know that. How about this? I know that Matteo likes to drink, so I search around for his little vial of bourbon or whatever alcohol spirits, because they didn't have bourbon back then, but they had something.
Yeah.
And so I'm gonna pull that out, and I'm gonna take it and rub it on both my hands, and like put it under their nose, like so that the
fumes,
Okay.
the fumes would kind of maybe trigger some kind of visceral response.
Okay, that takes at least 2 rounds then, because that's quite a complex thing. So this round, you're looking for his fortified wine or puccino or whatever, and you start dabbing on your hands. Next round, Pietro, you are, as I mentioned before, he's not crushing you. It's got you in like a cage where you've got space, but not enough space for you to be dropped.
And are its hands or claws or whatever, is that fleshy or is it stony or what?
It's a mixture of soil, stone. Do you want to have a look? Or are you just working off texture, off like the feel of it against you?
I mean, I guess the feel, yeah.
Yeah, rock and compact soil.
Okay. I mean, I guess I can try and stab into its hand with my dagger, see if that has any reaction into some of the soil bit.
Yeah.
Where it would go in.
Not dodging, can't parry. Can I have a control melee piercing?
Okay. 4 dice, 2 in the can't get 2, and I've got nothing. Oh, no bonus. No 10s again. So 17.
Okay. You realize that this thing is so large, and you are just stabbing soil. But as you're stabbing the soil, you realize that as the blade comes back, it scrapes against bone. That it's not just rock and soil that makes up these things. It seems as though its whole body also includes the former inhabitants. It doesn't seem to notice the stab. Daucus, can I have a attention, medicine? Oh, sorry. Acumen, medicine, first aid. I'll
Can I
give
use
you.
my spirit pool again? Because these are my dearest friends that I've been traveling with a long time.
Yes, you can. Remember to knock off another spirit point. So I think that's 3 used the story. And then I'll give you +5 because of the
It's only 2 used this
use
story.
of alcohol.
Yeah.
Hmm?
It's only. I think it's only the second time.
It's only
I've
2.
used it.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Because I didn't have anything used.
No, that's fine.
I
know
used
someone
it
did.
the
It
last
might have been
with the. Or can you? Is it? Because I've used it in the past, but it was with.
Oh, it resets every story.
Yeah. Okay. A different
So
story.
it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah.
And so what is this? Can I use honor again? Because they're my friends and I honor them.
Yeah. These are your friends. Part of your duty towards your friends.
Sure. And okay. I got you. Oh my goodness, I have all these dice and I'm not rolling great. So that is, but I mean, I didn't roll any 10s, but I rolled 17 plus my 5 for first aid, and so that would be a +27.
Okay. You start to get some reaction out of Matteo. He's groggy. His eyes aren't opened yet, but as you're looking at him, you can see that he really is battered and bruised. He has been dragged like 1/4 mile,
Sure.
as though he was a dead body, and it looks as though he might have been turned over and he's been hit in the face a few times or whatever. But yeah, he's awake, but he's so covered in dust and dirt you can't see if he's got swelling around the face. Like,
Sure.
His eyes could be swollen. You cannot tell. He's filthy, but he's alive and he's waking.
Yeah. And then I'll focus on Niccolò.
Okay. This thing then starts. It holds Pietro close to his chest as he uses its other hand and its legs to rise back up again. And it looks, Pietro, it looks down at you, and its visage is a hideous mass of rocks and bones and soil and tattered cloth that's been kind of rearranged into some sort of face. And you almost detect a sense of pity and sympathy in its face as it's looking down at you. That pity and sympathy vanishes the moment he looks over towards Daucus, who's got his back to it and is trying to wake up the comrades.
Okay. I want to go entirely limp and hold my breath. Try and appear actually dead.
Okay. Definitely acting this time. So you can either use interaction, presence, or composure, or even control if you want to, because you're controlling your body, and then it's perform acting. I will give you +5 for this.
Okay, so I'll use composure.
Mhm.
I think I've got 6. I think I've fixed that on my character sheet. And then I've got 1 in perform. And then what was it, +5?
Yeah, +5.
Okay, come on, need my 10s back. I got 2 10s. Okay, this is better. This is more normal. So 28, 33.
Oh, bloody right. Right, this can go either one of two ways, right? Pietro, high and low. Daucus, roll.
Hi.
I rolled a 5. I believe that is low.
That's
Is that high?
Okay.
Is it 5?
No, it's low because 0
It's
would be
low.
10. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So your whole body kind of hangs limp, stops breathing. Right. Okay. It was about to scream and about to swipe at Daucus, whose back is turned to it. It stops its hand from striking Daucus. Daucus, you can feel like a huge breeze moving towards you, and then it stops. It then puts its other hand. So imagine it's at the moment it's got Pietro like this. It then puts its other hand around so that you are completely encapsulated in its two hands. And it's just like a strange muttering from itself as it starts to sit down. Ivovich runs in towards you, Daucus, and then calls out, "Holy shit. Now it's trying to house Pietro. Get these two away from here, and we need to rescue Pietro." Next round.
Yeah, I'm gonna yell at Matteo. It's like is like because hopefully he'll hear me at some point. And I don't think I can carry both of them. So instead of doing both Matteo and Niccolò, if I notice that he's kind of coming too, it's like I'm gonna pick an object in the distance. Maybe is that farmhouse? Can I see that?
You can see the outline of it, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say to Matteo, I'm running to the farmhouse. I'm running to the farmhouse, buddy. Get your ass over there. That's where Niccolò will be. I gotta come back after that, and I'll pick up Niccolò and like start running.
Okay. Right. You run on. Matteo, you're in such a hurry. You think he said yes.
Yeah, I don't know what he said. I was like, get your ass in gear, buddy.
But he was rising to his feet, and then he starts to move. Right, that's you out of the next few scenes, next few rounds. Does Pietro have claustrophobia? It's entirely up to you.
I'm going to say no because I'm a guy who like sneaks around. That's my thing of like hiding in passageways and like doing kind of, I'm sort of my magic is like a night thing. I'm kind of a night guy.
Okay. It takes you a moment or two to realize what's happening. So, both its hands completely enveloped you, and you can feel yourself lowering, and there's like a pressure being pushed down on you. And can I have a composure, empathy, emotions? You're struggling to cope with the feeling that you are being buried alive. Again, if there's an attachment that springs out to help you, you can use any attachment, but it has to be relevant. So, for example, you couldn't use the sin, pride, or greed. It just wouldn't be relevant.
Well, would this be relevant? If I die, I don't get to fulfill my ambitions.
Yeah, okay. I'll give you that 25 for that.
I mean, I actually made another good roll, but I probably don't need it, but that will make it a very good roll. So, because hang on, how many? Because I got the 2 10s, like I've got only the 1 in empathy, but so that's 29 plus 25. So that's like over 50, right? It's like 54.
Yep. Yes, right. Yeah. So you don't develop claustrophobia. You know that you're being buried alive. 2, you know that this thing, if it kills you, you've been told that you will come back to life because you are immortal. You've got that in the back of your mind, and you are resolved to the fact that this isn't the end. But at the same time, do you have a plan to get out of being buried alive? This thing, if Daucus looks over his shoulder while he's like carrying Niccolò, he will see this crypt fiend, this huge monster, slowly turning itself back into a crypt. A mixture of stone.
I'm hoping that this is distracting him and the other guys can do something. I don't know what I could do in this situation.
Okay.
When you say buried, am I being pushed into the ground, or
no,
sort of?
No, it's.
Or is
Imagine
it's
it's
forming
like
around me?
Yes, it's forming a crypt around you.
Can I see outside what the other guys are doing still, or not?
Or can I? Right, you'll have to be quick just to see how your reactions are. Acumen, perception, surveillance.
Acumen, okay. Perception's that's pretty good. So if you got to make that, yeah, I've got 110. 2, 8, 28, and I've got a +5, so 33.
There was a brief moment. It kind of like fits in with just as you're thinking about, as long as your friends get away, you're happy with this outcome. And you can see just between the cracks of its hands, you can see Daucus running away with someone's body over his shoulder. And then it all goes pitch black, and then you feel pressure building up on you. And Daucus, next round, you're running. The crypt is like a quarter of its way formed around Pietro.
I think at this point I might place Niccolò on the ground and start running back. Like if I've gotten some distance. I mean, what kind of distance are we talking about?
The farmhouse was quite a distance away. If you imagine
I would say like a quarter of the way maybe to the farmhouse, just like enough.
Okay.
To like get him a bit. So I'll go for 2 rounds and then I'll come back.
Okay. So 3. So you run about 30 to 40 feet every round.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty slower than that because you got someone on your shoulder.
Yeah.
So it'll take about 4 rounds to get to that point.
Is there a bush or
back.
something? Like, can I put him behind a bush or like a,
Yeah. Okay. There's a fence. There's a fence with like some deep or dense shrubbery that you could rest them against.
A shrubbery? Yeah. Is there a shrubbery? All right.
There's a dense shrubbery.
I'll let him behind a shrubbery, and like Maybe,
okay.
A shrubbery.
As you're heading back, you can see that Matteo is shambling forward, but he's kind of veering off because he can't quite see. But he's running in your direction.
Yeah. And then I'll as I'm running back, I'm like, Niccolò, wake him up and go to the farmhouse. and then I'll run.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know. I'll run
do it.
back. Wake him up, Matteo. Niccolò's all passed out over there.
Okay. As you say that and you run back. This has been about 5 or 6 rounds. You can see in front of you though, almost mesmerizing, beautiful. So imagine there is a black and white canvas, quite a bleak vista in front of you. A bit like that image there. There's next to no color. It's pretty much devoid of all life in every artistic way you can think of. But then from the clouds above, there is a storm brewing. But instead of this storm being bleak and dark and menacing, it's filled with vibrant colors, as if magic from the mundane or from some fantastical world is leaking in, and it's lighting up the sky. But at the same time, where it's lighting up, the very edges is then beginning to peel away, and there is a void forming around this spell that Irovich is casting over the crypt.
Well, that can't be good.
Pietro, you've had 2 or 3. You've had about 5 or 6 rounds. Take me through round by round what it is you want to do. Any questions?
Okay. As the whatever his fingers are like going like that.
Yeah.
Do I have a chance, I don't know if I do, to try and push my dagger in between so it won't fully close somewhere?
Okay.
Between the fingers?
Okay. You do so as you're trying to wedge in to create that gap. You feel that the grip from both hands, because they're kind of like opposite each other, loosen, and you fall just a matter of inches, and you are laid, and you kind of like fall flat on your back on the ground. Around you, it's pitch black, but you can't feel any walls around you. It's almost as if it's created a small opening for you within itself.
Okay. But what, I reach out and I don't feel anything?
As you reach out, you realize that you're in maybe 3 foot by 3 foot by maybe 6 foot long stone coffin, maybe. But it seems to be shifting and getting bigger and bigger with each round.
Okay. I don't know, I'll walk around and I'll like tap on the sides with the like hilt of my dagger, sort of seeing if I feel anything different, and maybe making some sound,
Okay.
See if I can distract or create any reaction.
When you say trying to distract, are you really stabbing with the dagger? Or are you just prodding to test?
I guess I'm so the sides of it are stone, or they're dirt, or they're wood, or
It's a mixture of stone and it's almost as if you can imagine it was originally all stone, but then some blocks have been forgotten and now they've been replaced with compact soil. And those sections of the compact soil, once you start testing around, you realize that you could use this dagger to dig a hole.
I guess I'll do that. That seems the most natural thing.
You're digging away, and then you hit something, and the blade scratches and makes that horrible dragging sound feeling as it hits something hard. And at that point, there's an almighty boom from above, and you can feel the whole crypt shake. And as you do that, the dagger shifts the block. The block falls out, and you can see just outside the Shadowlands. You can see where you were, the bleak, brutal wilderness that you were in.
Okay. How big is the hole? Is it big enough for me to get it through or not?
Nope. But it gives you enough light. You reckon that this patch of soil is maybe 4 by 4 feet, and you just knocked out one block. If you can keep digging and find more blocks, you could probably dig your way out.
I might as well do that. I don't have any other choice. No.
Okay. There is another boom. Daucus, as you're running in, you can see that Irovich is pummeling the crypt with this storm. It's now raining. There is blast of gale followed by blast of gale, and each one of these is almost like a thunderclap as it strikes the crypt from above. And eventually he stumbles back, and you've arrived, shakes his head and says, "This thing is far too powerful for me. I am almost spent." And as he looks around, he says, "And I am doing more damage to the region than of any worth of rescuing him. I cannot go any further. I don't want to risk sending all of us down into the next plane below."
Well, I think you could back off just a little bit. My buddy's in there, so maybe just kind of tone it down. I mean, he's not in monster form anymore. Let me try something. I think it worked in the past. I could be wrong, and I might be insane, but I would like to try to sense the heat again.
Yep. You would need to. If I can.
I'll take a turn or two. I might take 3 turns.
Okay. Yeah. You need to get into a position to look at it, because at the moment it's just all one big rock. It's a stone crypt, but like all crypts, it has a certain structure. It's got a front, sides, and a back. Whereabouts are you going to focus this spell?
I will focus it kind of in the, I guess, in the middle. I mean, I don't know where to look. Could you give me an idea of where you saw Pietro go?
Irovich, he didn't go anywhere. It formed itself around him.
Well, just point. How's that? Give me a point.
He points. You look. Can I have a attention, perception, surveillance?
Yeah.
Points. There.
Attention, perception. So, I'm kind of like doing my best. Jeez. It's not my strong suit. I'll tell you what. But we just do what we can with the little dice that we got. I rolled a 5 and a 9, and I get to keep 2 dice, so that's a 14. But I do have surveillance, so that's a 24.
24. As you're moving around, you're preparing the spell, and you're also having a look around. But when you get to the plus 15, the 3rd round of preparation, you can hear the sound of metal scraping against stone And as you head round to one side, you form the spell, you activate it. Bear in mind, this crypt it's pretty much featureless. It had a front door, but you've gone round the side, and it's all dark. When you activate the spell, you can see that there is a small gap of about 1 foot by 2 feet. And through that gap, there is a heat source.
Well, I'm gonna
Pietro,
run
you knock
in
out the
that
second
direction.
block, and you can hear someone moving around outside. This gap is now 1 foot by 2 foot.
So I could fit through that.
You could you could definitely reach and start pulling yourself through.
Okay. Then I'll call out. I'm here. Come pull me out. And I'll start trying to scramble out and see if anyone comes to help, I guess.
Do I hear that, or can I kind of run to him and help him?
Yep. Okay, you see arms sticking out this hole. Manage to grab them, and between the two of you, you manage to wrestle Pietro free. As you fall out of the crypt onto the ground, you notice that the crypt isn't moving. It's almost as if it's gone to a dormant crypt form, and it's just resting there. Around you, there are swells of void forming. Not on the ground, but in the air, and it's kind of, it's almost forming like a dome around this area.
I'm gonna say if you don't want to go to the 3rd level of hell, we better book it the hell out of here.
Okay. You catch up with Irovich, who stays behind to make sure that no one's left behind, and all three of you head out of this area, and you catch up with Matteo, who's still shambling along. Do either of you look behind?
No.
I mean, yeah, I'll because I'm worried this thing's going to wake up again. So I'm going to be like.
So Daucus keeps on running forward.
Yep.
You slow down to look. You can see that this dome is almost complete, and as everything within it starts to break down and descend, the crypt fiend, or the Necropolis Fiend, starts to rise up again. And as its form exceeds the outside of this void, this dome, it lets out a almighty howl and shriek. And then as it reaches out to try and grab something, but you can see it starts to sink. And by this point, you've stopped to watch the spectacle. And after about 2 or 3 rounds of it struggling to try and stay within this plane of memory, it sinks and then disappears.
Pietro has done it. Defeated the crypt fiend.
That's
running.
2 notches down to Pietro. Daucus, I don't know what you're doing. You've done nothing.
Nothing. Like, I never do anything though. It's just my thing. I don't do anything. I don't know why you keep me around. Really, it doesn't make any sense.
Does Pietro actually say that? Like, Pietro has won again? Was it in character or out of character?
That was like in character. I was like sort of saying it to myself, but it was a thought, but I was sort of muttering it out loud by accident.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to form how I'm going to tell the story later.
Yep. When you turn around, you notice Irovich looking at you really strange. He shakes his head and then hurries off. You pick up Matteo, you pick up Niccolò. You manage to head out of the Shadowlands.
Yeah,
you
I'd
head
like to.
towards the waterfront. Ivovich says, unfortunately, we're going to have to stay here for a few hours for me to recuperate the mana needed to perform this ritual. It's very dull.
Well, I mean, maybe I could try. I did leave something on the other side of the river Styx. I don't know if that's helpful, but could I maybe port key us over there? Or is that not a?
No, there are many oddities in the Shadowlands, and one of the oddities is vast bodies of water.
Yeah.
Become barriers. The only way to cross these barriers is to summon Charon.
Sharon.
Or Sharon, yeah, if you want to call her Sharon, yeah. And Karen, and hours pass. He recuperates himself, performs the ritual. You get onto the boat. Matteo and Niccolò have next to no memory of what happened. They know they got parted from the rest of you. They slipped into another memory that was forming as the previous one was breaking apart. Oh yeah, there you go, there's the image. And then they encountered one of the bronze men, but this one had golden skin and looks as though he had 4 arms, and he was more than a match for both of them. And then they woke up, one smelling of alcohol, and the other one next to some dense shrubbery, and that's all they can remember. You head across the waters. You land back on the moorings of San Lazzaro. You head out through the leper colony, and you head back into the crypt that you first entered the Shadowlands through. You walk down.
I
You
walk
walk back
nervously through the crypt.
Yeah.
Bad memories.
Yes, good point. You enter the darkness. When you leave the darkness, you find that you have left the Shadowlands, and you are back on the living leper colony of San Lazzaro. As you have to, Daucus, you've got to help one of them, Matteo, walk. Pietro, you've got to help Niccolò walk. These two have been battered. As you manage to clean up some of the dirt on them, you realise that they've been cut quite severely. Not enough to cause bleeding or severe wounds, but it looks as though before they were knocked out, they were a little bit sliced and diced.
Yeah, I can do some surgery if there's anything left inside. I could search down deep inside of each of these fellas and see if there's any kind of sticks or stones inside them. I've seen it done before.
Yeah, I don't think it's not that bad.
Okay.
Alfredo greets you. He says, "Oh, that wasn't long. I thought you would be there for hours and hours and hours."
I'm starving. I didn't eat a thing for like 2 days.
Oh, Alfredo hands you some rations. The boat is still there. Oh no, the boat comes back after a few hours. During that time, Daucus can eat, everyone can clean themselves, blah blah blah. As the boat arrives, Ivovich says to you both, says, I'm guessing you'll be heading to Venice to report to Agnita?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
Okay. I can't go there yet. And you can see him tap where he's stored the letter.
We'll put a good word in for you to the powers that be. I think you deserve. If you want to go back, I mean, you really did a solid on this one.
Well, I am really happy that you say. And I hope that the powers that be listen and give me a second chance. As
Well, you
all
got a
nobles
vassal
do.
here. Yeah, you got a vassal here for you. I'll speak my mind.
Well, thank you very much, Daucus of family Carota of the city of Ferrara, and to you, Pietro Candiano. I hope to see you both again once whatever is going on is finished.
Yes, we will continue on, and I hope to see you in the courts of Venice soon.
Okay.
As he leaves, I'll be like, "Here we are, born to be kings. We're the princes of the universe. I am immortal. I have inside me the blood of kings."
Right. Hey, yes, he's so confused now. I mean, between the two of you. Yeah, now that you've left the Shadowlands, he realizes just how confusing you two are, and he waves farewell as his boat drifts off. Second boat comes back. You guys get on board. You can see the Rialto Isles just in the distance. It's only a few miles away from the San Lazzaro. And you, where'd you tell the ferryman to go? The boatman? Where was your destination?
We're going to like Venice. Well, I guess the main docks in Venice, and whatever docks will be close to where we would, Agnita's residence or whatever. I guess.
Oh, Anita. I don't recognize her name. Okay, well, I'll take you to the Grand Canal. There's plenty of noble families there.
Okay.
Right. Yep. Him and his colleagues row the boat across the lagoon. You entered the waters of Venice. The
Agita Facetta.
Yes. Yep. Facetta. Yep. You head up the Grand Canal, and there is one palazzo followed by another one, The Grand Canal in Venice is effectively bragging rights. Each major family builds a house in the Grand Canal, and then the next family builds a bigger one, and the next one builds a bigger one, and so on and so on and so on. All the money, well, half of the wealth of Venice goes into the properties along the Grand Canal. The other half goes towards St. Mark's, the government buildings, that sort of thing. The Candiano family house is actually just off the Grand Canal. Had to sell its property many years ago to cover a debt, but you relocated to a smaller area. As you're approaching that point, do you want to go back home? Is there anywhere in particular you want to go to in Venice?
I would want to go
I think we want to go
first
to Agnita's first. Yeah, that seems like the imperative.
Sure.
And
no problem.
I'm like a nobleman from Venice, lived there all my life. I'm pretty sure I know exactly where to go. Probably want Venice is not that huge, so
visit with Enrico at some point. But I don't know if it's imperative. But I would want to check in with him. Enrico.
What was that, Daucus?
The Enrico family. Enrico.
he would be a bit of a detour. He's not along the Grand Canal. You'd have to.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, I was just talking like I talk sometimes. At some point, I'd like to go visit him. He's a good old friend of mine. He taught me a little bit about surgery. If you got any rocks inside you, I might be able to like pull them outside of you. Need some surgery, Captain?
No, it's okay. I'm pretty sure I don't have any rocks inside of me.
Or stones, or blades, or arrows. I can get them out for you pretty good.
No, it's fine. He continues to roar. You reckon chances are she'll be staying incognito at one of the... It's kind of like a hotel for dignitaries. I need to find it in the book. I can't remember the name of it. Damn you all. Right, yes. It's the Fondaco de Terci. This is a palazzo that's been owned by various foreign parties, but now it's effectively used as it's where foreign diplomats go to stay. So you know of it in that respect. Pietro. Daucus, you know of this place to be where many of the courtesans go to entertain visiting dignitaries, such as your river spirit friend, whose name as Aguera. Yeah, that's where you first met her, or outside of.
Yeah, I would have been patrolling outside, looking at the folks.
Does she reside in Venice, or is she?
No, she is the lady
I can tell you a
of...
story about Angua. She was the prettiest of all of them high fashion girls, I would say. She was always the belle of the ball. All the fellas came after her, and they liked her so much. I mean, it was just amazing. She's a very powerful woman. Powerful in ways you probably would understand. If we had a little bit of space, I would say, well, she could stand on the water. See, like, other people can't stand on water. You, me, we jump in the water, but she can stand on the water. It's crazy.
Daucus, are you saying this on the board?
No, I would have pulled him aside to say that.
Oh, I was going to say, like, what?
It's like she was like some kind of Jesus type character. She could just walk on that water. Praise be, Angua. Praise be.
Crazy. Right. So, anyway, you're having this conversation, you've left the boat, you're on the way to Fondaco de Terci. When you get there, you head to the reception. They say, greetings, Lord Candiano, and...
It's my other fine nobles. This is Daucus of Ferrara, Lord of Ferrara.
The receptionist looks gobsmacked when you introduce the bull as the Lord of Ferrara. The receptionist is speechless. And then he kind of like reaches out to the person next to him and taps him on the shoulder.
I got a promotion.
Promotion. The servant kind of shuffles towards them. And you think, yes, what? This is the bull, isn't it? I think so. It's been a couple of years since I last saw him, but yes, he went out to war. Yes, you did, didn't you? Yeah. So he's not a Lord of Ferrara, though, is he? No.
No, I just married into the, what is my wife's family name again? I can't remember. she's a noble in the area, and I just now I'm noble too. You know how that works.
We can actually go into this at a later date, because the next adventure may take you back to Ferrara. But whatever the family name is, these servants of this hotel know that family. It's, oh yes, from Ferrero, yes, blah, blah. And then they start listing off many of your uncle-in-laws, father-in-law, that sort of things. Like, all right, so they know your new family. They still don't understand.
Just the prettiest girl you ever saw. I'm a lucky fella.
He turns his attention back to you, Pietro, and so, Lord Candiano, how can I help?
We are here, and I sort of like take him aside. We are here to see the Lady Agita. Is she in residence?
I'm not sure I know what you are talking about.
Fawetta. Fawetta is her name. Agita Fawetta.
Out character, it's Fozetta.
Fozetta. Yeah. Fozetta. You did the Z is silent.
Yeah.
Do I have any? Like, I have. This is kind of my field. Is like, you know, like knowing like having like informants, like a staff person on some of the places like this, or someone I know who are like, I throw a few coins and will give me
you know
info.
me.
Is there anyone at this hotel staff who I know?
No, but you do raise a very good point, and I'll give you this one. So, you know that this place houses the hold on 1 second. There is a secret society, or kind of a secret society, the Compagnia della Calza. This is the group of. They have masked parties. This is the origin of the masquerade parties that Venice has now. So a lot of people that come here do so incognito. So when they put their names in for when they want to record that they're here, they do so under aliases. And every household, every city has like code names. So as you're kind of like, you're racking your brain, well, what would be the code name for the Facetta family from Treviso, blah, 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 and it then clicks. You say the name, and the receptionist nods gracefully, and then turns back round. He's got like a set of little miniature shelves, drawers, that thing. He opens one of the drawers, takes out a little letter, and hands it to you. The letter is actually addressed to who would it be? It would be addressed to Matteo, to the party of Matteo.
Yeah.
But since Matteo's there, he gives it to you. You all have a look at it, and it says, meet me, I'm residing in room 10B, whatever. So you head upstairs.
Yeah, before we head upstairs, I do want to take a quick note to the person at the concierge. I'd be like, you haven't seen that Agneta lately. She's not been around, has she?
Agneta.
Do you remember her? No? Oh, you don't? All right. Never mind.
Okay, Daucus, then I'll show you. We'll find it. Just stop.
I'm not sure. Out of character, I don't know. I wasn't sure if you were saying Agneta or Aguero.
Oh, no, Angua.
Yeah,
is what I meant to
right,
say. Sorry.
Right, that makes a lot more sense. Right.
Okay.
He says, no, I don't believe so, my Monsieur Bull. I mean, Lord Ferreira.
That's Lord to you. No, I just asking about her. I haven't seen her in a long time. I've been worried about her.
She was only here for a brief while, half a year, and then gone. Gone.
Yeah.
But yes, an enchanting young lady.
Yeah, I just
And he
wanted to know
turns around.
if she came back at all. I just want to know. That's
Yeah.
all I want.
Turns around, just gets on with whatever until you guys head off. Right, head upstairs, you find the room, you knock on the door. There's a brief pause, and then the door opens, and through the gap, you can see the face of Agneta. She is relieved to see you both. Pushes you all in, closes the door.
Yeah, I'm gonna just blurt out loud. Those Corolla brothers, they're up to no good. That there's no question about that. But we knew that before we left.
Right. There has been, before you report or tell me your news, there has been developments. So, not sure what you can recall, but when Gian Gigliazzo Visconti, the Viper of Milan, passed away, his little kingdom fell onto his wife, Caterina, and his two sons. His two sons then start turning on each other and their mother. And soon the region fell into chaos.
It seems
From this
natural.
chaos came the opportunity for my lord, or for the lord, Carrara, Francesco Novella de Carrara, to go out there and get revenge on what the Viper had done over a decade ago. To my understanding, Caterina Visconti has reached out to Venice and has asked for Venice's Venetian aid, and she has actually offered them both the cities that Francesco is marching on. And it's my understanding that the Venetian government has sent out an emissary to Francesco to congratulate him on his diplomatic and political successes, and requests him to return back to Padua, and the sacrificed lands will then become part of the Venetian Empire, as the Grand Council is beginning to call itself. So it looks as though the Lord of Padua may be returning home. He's proven his point, and as soon as he comes back home, I can reason with him. And if you can give me enough information, like evidence and so forth, I can convince him to exile his sons, and whatever plot they were up to, we can stop it. We have an opportunity. My lord will be coming back home, and we will be able to protect the region. So, what have you found?
Where do we start? So we are in Udine, where we found evidence of, transactions that didn't add up, right? And I kept some paperwork of that, so I can give that to her.
Yep.
We got that piece.
And
It's all burned up. I don't know.
oh yeah, that's right. What did that say again?
It said. It said some pretty prophetic. I feel like I'm making up words now.
Oh yeah, no, I've got it here. Yeah, I bring out the piece of paper. I said it was Vicenza will soon fall. So perhaps Carrara wants to meet with Arpad to discuss when the sword of God will pierce the treachery of the Serenissima. Aldine has clearly accomplished his task, but how long will the gauntlet stay indisposed? So we rescued the gauntlet.
Corolla is safe. She's returned
Corolla
to
is safe,
Padua.
and she left and said she had to return to Padua. So I don't know if she's
excellent.
arrived yet, but that was her plan. She was, and I'll explain the whole magic of what something was holding her and the bronze creatures, and so I don't know if this means anything to you, or you know who would have had that type of power.
I know very little of what I would call purgatory. All I know is it's where the dead go to before going to heaven or hell. Maybe that's yeah.
I wouldn't recommend going there.
gauntlet-
It's not very nice.
Okay. No, I shall.
I guess the connection is the quarry master who had this letter.
Yeah, that core master
That was talking about something that was happening in the Shadowlands. I mean, this is not a normal quarry master if he has a letter like that.
I would imagine he's probably connected to the Viper in some way, because he's not on our side. That seemed pretty clear.
Okay. She looks at the letter again and says, so the gauntlet is Corolla. So this Ulden is perhaps the one responsible for whatever kept her indisposed. Arpad, I believe, is
Thomas Benedict, I think. Benedict. Is that his name?
the quarry master. Yeah, Tamas. 1 second. Yeah, Tamas Benedek is the quarry master. So, Arpad is some sort of Hungarian name. So, but they're to the east, while the Viper's to the west.
Well, it does seem like it's kind of Hungarian in nature.
Do we definitely know the Viper's involved? And how do we
know that he's involved? But
was
we do know
the brothers had. I was able to see into some of the thoughts of the brothers, and there was some reference to someone called the Overlord, and them needing to meet or consult with the Overlord.
Okay. When you're going through that, and she's kind of like, it's more of a translation issue. So, again, she says that sounds like it's like a Hungarian term.
definitely Hungarian.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I know how to speak Croatian.
Yeah. Just there is a word.
Do I know that word because I can speak Croatian? Can I help her?
No, Croatian's a different language to Hungarian.
Yeah, it's not Hungarian. I guess you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. Whatever word it is, it's like a rough translation, but it's of Hungarian descent, so it's clearly from the Kingdom of Hungary. But this, because the Udine is part of like one of the Austrian duchies and not Hungary, so Hungary would have to move across Udine to get to this region, to the Venetian region. What else did you learn?
Was there anything else?
Yeah, the brothers were jerks, and they definitely were totally hiding something, and like they did not want to have anything. They smelled us from a mile away, But yeah, they knew, and you know that quarry. I'm sure we know what the quarry's name was. I'll say that quarry master. He's up to no good. He's involved with all this stuff. I think we set up a good old like stakeout and have you know, a couple of soldiers hang out between Udine and Treviso and like bust them up and like search through their stuff coming back when they're not expecting it. And I bet we'd find something. I mean, I don't know if that's way outside of what you're thinking about, and maybe they wouldn't be sending like tactical information about how they're gonna invade Venice, but you know, it is a thought that kind of crossed my head. We used to do that, on the canals.
To do that, we would then need to. Yeah, we would need to speak to the Lords of Venice. We would need to talk to the courts, get them online on our. Get them to agree with us. They could easily send that military influence, a presence to intercept and capture them, find out exactly what they're up to. Yes, no, that is definitely a plan. We need to speak to the Lords of Venice. Out of character, I can't remember because there was quite a bit of, there was a massive information dump there, which is great. But at the beginning, Pietro, did you mention that you had like a list of Venetian nobles, and one of them was Luigi Bassi?
Yeah, that was information. To be honest, I don't remember it, but I assume my character would have. So
you got part of that information on the boat, you know, when you were speaking to the captain.
Right. Yeah, I'll relate all of that information.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the first half of that information was from that list where a cousin of the Candiano family was on this list, but like of nobles from Venice.
Who were visiting.
Yeah, but they had no reason to be there, but they all seemed to.
That's right.
They all seemed to be there at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then they were using the ships. They were paying the captain and the quartermaster to change direction entirely, so where it went to wasn't recorded.
When Daucus hears Luigi start crying, he starts like you see tears like start coming down his eyes.
And that, this is, maybe we need to set up some kind of investigation, because this list of people might be involved in some kind of conspiracy from the inside as well.
Yeah.
Of Venice.
When you start reading through the list again, you realise that it's quite a number of minor nobles, but a significant number of medium level, and only those higher. Now that you're severed souls, you would realise that the only people higher than these nobles are actually initiates and are aware of the courts. There isn't a single person on this list that is an initiate, except for one name.
Okay.
And that was Niccolò Zeno. His name somehow appeared on the list. Oh no, I think his name appeared on the list of
Zeno. Well, we stopped the plot from him a couple of years ago. He tried to become the Doge.
Yep.
He's definitely up to no good.
He's the guy who's like always on the boats. He's like a
he's on the boats. But I heard he was way south in Sicily. Like, why would he care about any of this stuff?
Yeah. So, I think you picked up his name from one of the documents on the quarry lists, but there wasn't any other connection. But he's a captain. Why would he be dealing with stone? But yeah.
Boats and stone don't mix.
Yes, unless you're transporting it
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
if you
we
would
tried
want
to
me-
get some stone from Udan to Vera, and that didn't work out so well. They thought I was crazy. I was like, well, you know, stone is stone.
So, she says, right, I think I have enough to persuade Francesco to return and at least call into question his son's loyalties. But if like as the Daucus suggests, we send scouts, soldiers to intercept the Carrara brothers, we're going to need to present the courts of Venice with more information than what we have. We have a list of names, but no proof. What do you reckon? What should we do?
I think at this point, we don't necessarily want to alert this possibly large group that's involved in some conspiracy to the fact that there are people onto them. We want to actually try to find out more, maybe somehow befriend and infiltrate the group perhaps from within might be a possibility. I'm not sure, but we need to
And the problem
find
is
out what's really going on.
I'm a known fella. People know me. I just go around places and they just know me. I don't know what to do about that.
Mm-hmm.
And would they know you as a lord or?
They know me
both?
as a lord. They know me as a cop. They know me like so many things. You know, I got no intrigue. Cause like I'm not a spy. I am what I am.
Right, but all of these people are nobles. They're all known people.
I think we just take a troop of people, we bust them up, and we try to get them doing something wrong on the way back in, you know, early on in the trip. Once they go to the quarries and come back, they got something in there. They're doing something. Like, why would they just stonewall us like that?
Well, the fact they all look to, converge at the same time, like there was some special meeting.
Yeah.
It may not be a thing. It might be more something, this overlord person who's possibly a powerful
It's like Troy.
red hand, and
you
it's
know,
like
with Troy, they had that wooden horse, and they they put it in. It's like they're coming in from the backside to you know the rotten underbelly.
Well, I do not wish to make my presence in the city known, so there is very little I can offer you, but I will be with you if you wish to present the evidence to the courts of Venice. If you think we can convince the courts of Venice with what we have, I will stand with you.
I think we might have
If you believe,
we might have to do a play. I mean, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I bet I got some pull with Enzio, and he's kind of known and respected in this area. If we talk to him and we have some suspicions, I guarantee you he'd be interested in what we had to say.
he is one of the lords of Venice, so yes. Okay.
But we don't have much more information than what we already have. We just have speculation. When we were in the Shadowlands, there's definitely a play happening. They're making their moves. I don't think it's coming from Milan, and however they respond, I bet it is coming from the east. It's coming from the north. it's coming from Hungary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could be wrong.
Are there any events coming up in Venice where all the nobles would be, like a big ball or something, or, you know, a big gathering where a lot of the people on this list who are Venetians would likely to be?
Daucus, roll a d10. Pietro, high or low?
I always get these wrong. I'm going to stick with high.
Yeah, it's high. It's the first time. It's the first time it's been.
Yes, there is. It's not a Venetian-wide event. It's a changing of the guard within the Grand Council, so that there's almost like a token gesture of rewarding the people who've been in the government for a long time, and then some fresh blood is promoted based on merit and all that sort of thing. Nobles will be there, but it's not that major. A lot of nobles will go because it's free alcohol, free food, and it's a chance for them to hobnob with other nobles. But it's such a hollow gesture that not all nobles will be there.
Well, we could try that, and I could try and see if some of the people on this list seem to be hanging out together.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. I mean, not to interrupt again, but I do think one of the Corolla brothers would be more attainable. Like maybe if he got an invitation to Venice, it would be more attainable. One of the brothers, he's no good, but the other one, he seemed pretty good. And I also got a fella in their troop, a hired gun, to like maybe join our side. So we might be able to get a little bit more intrigue with that fella. He could possibly even point out one or two members that he'd seen before that they were talking to.
Let me guess.
Yeah.
The brother. This is Agita speaking. Let me guess. It was Umbertino. And she names the person. She names the brother that came across as more polite and less
Ubertino. I think he seemed like less like an asshole. I bet if he saw this again, he might not be so interested. But if somebody came in and invited him, maybe not connected to us at all, he would come down and be interested.
He's the least trustworthy of the two of them. He's the brains.
Right.
He knows. In other words, the chances are he was gauging you to see if you were amenable to what he was up to.
Right. But maybe we get him into a Venetian shuffle. One night in Venice will make a tough man crumble.
We would need to give him. What can we entice him with? If he is a man who has a grand plan and is focused on it, what can we use to entice him away from his grand plan to come to Venice?
Like what do all merchants love? Is they love some money, and if the money is just too good to be true,
I can try. Obviously, it cannot come from me or from you. It would have to come from whoever's hosting this party. Pietro, you know that one of the people who organizes this party is the librarian. His name is Marello Talonia. He's the librarian that you met at the beginning of this adventure. So you know, you've spoken to him plenty of times.
Yeah, we can probably arrange an invite, figuring out, I guess, yeah, if we can think of some sort of a hook to make this this event more attractive, maybe we can invite some other people to it, such as the is it Marcello Zena or Cina, the
Carlo Zeno.
Oh, Carlo Zeno,
Yeah,
sorry.
Carlo Zeno. He
Zeno,
might show up.
that's-
He kind of, maybe not Carlo, but maybe we get his brother to come. Is his brother still alive? I can't remember.
Yeah, you didn't kill him.
Okay, maybe we get his brother to come. Carlo
Actually-
may not want to come to Venice. He kind of left in a bit of hurry. He
Yeah.
was accused of murder.
Okay.
Some bad stuff. But his brother might show up.
Just to correct something we were talking about before, it wasn't Carlo Zeno's name that was picked up. It was Niccolò Zeno.
It was Niccolò Zeno.
Yeah, he's the one who's been doing the traveling, not Carlo.
Yeah, Carlo kind of like he ran away before he was like, "I'm out, guys."
Yeah. It's 11:30. I'm thinking about leaving it there. So for next week, which will probably be the last week of this adventure playthrough, I think we'll be able to get this story finished and up to its conclusion. So just so I'll make notes, you guys are preparing a lure or a trap for certain people. One of the Carrara brothers, maybe Niccolò Zeno, and you're going to approach Marello Talonia, who is one of the people who organizes this little get-together of the nobles. Brilliant. No, that's great. Yep. Yeah, that was really good.
All right.
Yes, nothing more to say, but thank you for watching and thank you for playing.
And Pietro did it again.
He's a one-man army.
Yeah, nice job, Pietro. All by yourself. It's really quite
All by
amazing.
himself.
I'm impressed.
I have some assistance, but someone's
I feel
got to
like-
lead
I
the
feel
way
like-
and really
I
make
think
it
that
happen.
Daucus. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Daucus thinks that everybody does everything around him, and he's just kind of going. It's like, wow, these people are really amazing. He's like, what is going on here? They're so incredible.
He's a hero. He's going to have reputation 3 by the time we've finished the story.
It's incredible.
Pietro, one-man army.
Yeah, like it can't unstoppable.
Yeah.
Who would stop him?
You need those kind of people.
You gotta
You
have
do,
those
you do.
people. They gotta be on your team. Like,
Right.
I've never even seen them be hit. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Unscathed, this fella.
Right.
Can't get.
Alright, guys, I shall
All right.
see you next week.
Next
Okay.
time.
Adios.
Thank you. Thanks.